Have you seen like the memes where because like the Japanese bank or something,
Yeah,
like
the Japanese like tank the economy.
Yeah,
the entire world economy.
Yeah, the Japanese.
What?
Yeah, because they raised interest rates and then the world economy just went. And then I saw a gif of just like every stock you could think of in the red.
An anime girl
Yeah, just like whoopsie, my bad, guys.
So
$1 trillion is wiped off of just tech stocks alone.
Yeah.
hey, welcome back to Trash Taste episode, Crypto Bros. I'm Joey, and I'm with Garnt and Connor as per usual.
You can't start the episode like
start
that.
like that.
I'm just kidding. I wonder how many Crypto Bros actually watch this
No.
episode.
Probably none by the time by the like the amount that we've ranted about it.
They're resilient. They're like
Yes.
cockroaches. But yeah, it's been a hot minute since we've been all in the office. It's been, geez, how long has it been?
It also is a very hot minute right now because it's
my God.
Japanese summer.
We've got 4 ACs running, and it's still kind of toasty
It's
in here.
so toasty in here. But
we haven't met since, because we did the yard episodes.
Yep.
Yep.
And before that, we did a couple before we left. So
Yeah.
I left like June.
yeah, so it's been close to 2 months, I think, since
We're
we've been here.
encroaching on the 2-month period.
God
Encroaching
damn.
on that.
Yeah.
So we actually ran out of backlog. So hello, people in the week of August.
Welcome.
August 6th.
That's the only way you can get us together now. It's like, we don't have a backlog. Everybody gather.
Oh yeah, we did like a lot.
We did a lot.
We did
Yeah.
do a
Where-
lot.
Where do we start? But Joey, do you want to start?
Oh yeah, you got something to share.
Oh, yeah,
I heard,
yeah,
you, I heard
yeah.
you have
Come on,
something
come
to
on.
share.
I do. I have an announcement I wanted to make.
You're
but
pregnant.
yeah, I am. 2 weeks. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
yeah.
Yeah, this food baby is going to be
They
huge.
said you couldn't do it.
The haters were like, it will
They
never
said
happen.
you couldn't do it.
No, but I wanted to make an announcement quickly. We posted about it online like about a week ago, I think. But we are doing the first official nonsense pop-up in Tokyo.
Nice.
Congrats.
So
W.
that was the big project I've been hinting on for like the past year or so
Yeah.
that we've been working on this. Now I can finally talk about it. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a pop-up from the 13th of September till the 29th of September in Shibuya in Tokyo. If you've been to Tokyo before, you obviously know Shibuya, big shopping district, big touristy area. But there's a mall there called the PARCO building, which is like pretty big mall. It's where the Nintendo store is and
Right.
like the Pokemon Center and all those.
People always tell me the names of malls here. I'm like, yeah.
Wait, what?
People always refer to like places like, but let's meet up at this mall. I'm like, I don't fucking know what that mall is.
You don't know the PARCO building?
No. We'll
really?
have a Google link.
Yeah, we'll have a
About
Google
this.
link to
So
it.
so that
I
could show
probably
up.
know where that is.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
never know it by
It's
name.
like
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the-
you couldn't
Yeah.
tell me like, Connor, rock up there and I'll get there. Like, I need the Google link.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But I
It's
know,
at like
yeah.
the top of the hill, basically. It's a big mall. But yeah, we're gonna be doing our pop up there for about 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
Obviously selling our own new stuff that we'll be releasing, some vanilla nonsense stuff as well, and we're doing 2 really big anime collaborations. Which
you're not allowed to say.
I
right?
am legally not allowed to say, but
Good to see you.
Can we get a hint, Joey? Can we get a hint?
okay. Well, one of them is your favorite anime
Okay.
of all
That's
time.
like it's not a
Okay.
hint. It's just telling.
Yeah. So
If you're a fan,
if you're a Geek fan or a Trash Taste
If you
fan,
know,
you'll know.
you know.
You know. And then-
domestic girlfriend, Joey?
No.
Wait, you got the domestic
No.
girlfriend collab?
No,
Oh my god!
you wouldn't catch me dead with that collab. Cut to me 2 years from now with the domestic girlfriend collab. No, so yeah, we're doing one that's really big, Garnt's favorite, and then the other one is also, I would say, probably one of the biggest anime from last year. Is probably the best way I can say
okay.
it.
Shit.
So yeah, all I'm gonna say is get ready to
Two
Wolf
year- two-
for
two-
Mommy.
2 years ago,
Oh.
Joey.
2 years ago? It was
Yeah.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going from hints to just,
Okay.
I just want to say,
Okay, it was the biggest anime.
Before someone
Okay.
corrects you.
Yeah, okay. It was the
Bro's
biggest
old,
anime.
Bro doesn't realize he's old.
Bro,
He's like
that's-
last year.
That actually shocks me. I actually thought it was last year. So yeah, so you probably know what that one is going to be. If you want more details, obviously follow our socials on Twitter and Instagram. We're going to be announcing it throughout the time. But if you're in Tokyo during the 13th to the 29th of September, come on over to the pop-up. Some of these are going to be exclusive to the pop-up as well. So make sure to jump in there. I'll be there as well every now and then. if you guys want to come along as well,
hell
you're
yeah.
more than free to do so. And if you're a content creator who's in Japan or living in Japan, please come on over. You'll feel free to like take videos, take photos, all that kind of stuff. It's greatly appreciated. So
My boy's been working on this for a long time behind the
Yeah.
scenes. He's been very
Over-
nervous about this,
yeah,
guys. So
a
show
year.
up.
A
Show
year.
up, guys. Show your support.
it's been a
because,
year in the making.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be cool to see how it goes. Also,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
seeing Japanese people just.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's the biggest thing. Is like I'm really curious to see how the Japanese audience is going to find these
Yeah.
clothes. I'm like, I hope it's to their liking. is all I'm gonna say because we spent a lot of time and money to make this work. So yeah, that'll be all in the description, I guess, if you want to check that out. So that's all I wanted to say. Yeah,
Exciting
that's
stuff.
all I've been doing for the past like 2 months. Literally
That's
that.
a lot of work.
That is a lot
It's
of
a
work.
lot of
I
work.
can only imagine. And Joey's been talking about this for what seems like
Yeah,
forever.
ages, yeah.
Yeah, we started
behind the
working on
scenes.
this like I think we started working on this AX last year.
Oh,
God damn.
damn.
So over a year ago, we've
Okay.
been working on this.
God damn.
I didn't realize how much time and effort it takes to do a pop-up in Japan,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like anime collaborations.
Yeah.
But hopefully it all goes out without a problem. And yeah,
Well, looking forward to hearing more about it when the pop-up
Yeah, when
comes
the
up
pop-up is actually
and,
live.
you have your stories and experience to share.
hell yeah. So
interesting to hear all
13th to the
that.
29th of September, lock that in.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be
Other
there.
than that, what have you guys been doing?
What haven't we been doing?
We've all
Joey?
been
What-
traveling around. Right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't even know you went to Australia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know you were
yeah.
going to Australia.
I didn't know you were
Why
going
didn't
to
you tell us?
Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
no.
I
didn't you
swear I told you.
No,
you
you
didn't
didn't.
tell You didn't tell.
I went to Australia for a friend's wedding, which
Oh,
was
okay.
the
You
main
did say
thing.
that. You
yeah,
did say that. Okay.
yeah, up in
Okay.
the.
Yeah, you did say
Oh,
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did say that.
We'll see, good friend.
I thought you were going back home just to visit family. I was
Oh no,
like-
no, there was that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I went back to Sydney for like a week to.
Did you
visit.
do the LA straight to?
No. So
you
I
came
went
back to Japan.
Yeah, so I went to LA. So we all went to LA for Anime Expo for about a week.
Yeah.
Also, or I was there for a week anyway.
I
You
was
were
there
there
for
for
a
a
long
lot
time.
Yeah.
longer. And then I came back for about a week, filmed a bunch of videos, and then went to Australia for 2 weeks. So July was fucked for me.
God damn.
I'm sure July was fucked for all of us, to be fair though,
Yeah.
because you were in America for like what, basically the entire month, right?
I went to the Netherlands.
Oh yeah,
for-
that's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
we
is
talked
like-
about that. You went to the
Oh,
Anne Frank Museum.
Yeah.
No, that was the previous time.
That was the.
Wait, you went
previous time.
twice?
Yeah, 'cause we
Yeah.
went for TwitchCon.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
you did
that's
that.
I went
right.
for
Yeah.
like 4 days.
Yeah.
not
yeah,
even like
yeah.
3. I went to
Yeah.
Rotterdam. Not even Amsterdam. I went straight to Rotterdam.
Oh, it was in Rotterdam?
It was in Rotterdam. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm guessing because like they have like maybe it's like cheaper than Amsterdam.
I mean, I'm
Right.
sure it is,
Right?
yeah.
You know what? I felt like I need to apologize to the city of Rotterdam. The first time I went, I thought it sucked ass. And
What
this
do you mean
time-
for our tour?
Yeah, I thought it was lame.
Really? I liked Rotterdam.
I did not like. It was like the most boring place in the
I'm
Netherlands.
pretty sure we said on the podcast breaking down everything that we liked Rotterdam because I liked Rotterdam.
I liked the energy of the audience in Rotterdam. I didn't like the city because we stayed in like we were staying in like the Holiday Inn, and it was one of those Holiday Inns that just had a really fucking weird vibe to it. Do you remember that Holiday Inn we stayed in?
Was that the one with like the big like kind of courtyard area in the front?
I think it was fine.
That was in Rotterdam, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I thought it was fine.
I thought it had-
what was
I
up with
thought
the
it had-
weird? I
I
liked
thought it had-
Bro,
It was like-
above Holiday
No,
Inn
no,
now.
no, no,
it was like
no,
every
no.
other Holiday Inn.
No,
what do
it
you
was
mean?
not like every other Holiday Inn.
It's because it
This
didn't
one-
flood this one.
Yes.
Sure.
There was like some weird vibe, bro. My floor had some weird shenanigans going on, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, the guy next to me the entire night was trying to like get into his room. I didn't know if it was like his room or he was drunk or
Right.
something. And then like
Oh, was that the one where there was a random scream
that too.
at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that too as well.
Oh,
There was like
okay, I
weird
forgot
vibes.
about
There
that.
was
that
weird.
was. Oh yeah, that was Rotterdam.
And like the
wasn't it?
hotel was just weird. Like the hotel was a weird vibe, like throughout the night. Like it just felt like one of those nights where like everyone in the hotel was having the worst day, and then I was
Right.
just having a day. And so I'm around that, you know,
Yeah.
which is fine because it's like whatever. But I just remember like, and then where we were staying and where the venue was, we didn't really get to see much of the city.
You're right.
But I got to go see it more, and I thought it was really good this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a really
What
good
did
time.
you? What made you change your mind about Rotterdam?
Well, actually went around.
Actually seeing the
yeah,
city.
actually going around the city. Yeah, actually going around the city. We I did like a stream as well. We cycled around. That was really fun.
Yeah.
It was just chill vibes, great
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying.
I mean, I
Those
thought it was
chill
chill.
vibes. I thought chill vibes.
I'm finding out now that you didn't like
I didn't like
Rotterdam.
it. Sorry,
We
guys.
went there.
Well, now I like
I
it.
thought we were on the same wavelength.
We are
Yeah.
now. We are now.
Yeah.
We are now on the same wavelength. After I've seen more of it, it was good though. Yeah, it was good. It was like 4 days, but it was like a lot to get there. Because I also got stuck in fucking Germany. I took a layover.
I thought you liked Germany.
I do like Germany, but I don't like being stuck in Germany.
Wait, was this during like the massive like airport blackout period that was happening?
I got stuck.
Oh, you did.
Wait,
That's right.
Did I talk about this while we were on the yard? Did I talk about this?
No, you didn't.
I don't think so.
So I got stuck in Germany. I get a text like 10 minutes before I land. Your flight's been cancelled. I was like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Okay.
But it's like 4 p.m. I was like, well, it's a flight to Germany. It's 4 p.m. I'll get another one.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. So I start looking. There's no fucking flights to Amsterdam.
Right.
From Germany. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Okay.
What the fuck? So I land and I'm like, hey, where the fuck do I go? Because I'm supposed to go to this terminal to get on my flight. And then like, no, you should go to this other terminal. And I was like, should I get my bag? Like, it's in this terminal. But if I go to the other terminal now, which is on the complete other side of the airport, 20 minutes away, I would leave my bag.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's happening. What happens when they cancel the flight? Do you know what to do in that situation? I didn't know.
Yeah, I've never been in that
I do
situation.
now because I've had the same. I had a similar story that being stuck in America.
I kind of like I found an ANA person, and I was like, hey, because I had no faith in anyone in the airport to help me. Because this is just how it is in Europe. No one's fucking helping you.
Yeah.
You're done. You got to like pray that you get lucky. You might get one guy who's sympathetic, but no one cares.
Yeah.
So I asked the ANA person, and I was like, because that's who I flew with. I was like, hey, do you know what I'm supposed to do here? And they were obviously they were ANA. They were like very helpful. They kind of like walked me to everywhere I needed to go, helped me out a lot. It was great.
ANA goaded.
They're goated, dude. They help you out.
They do their job.
They actually like, yeah. So they were like, I think what we should do is like just go to the check-in terminal of your flight, even if it's not happening.
Okay.
So to go all the way to the other side of the airport. Meanwhile, I'm freaking out, thinking like my luggage is like in the other terminal.
It's just sitting there. Yeah.
Yeah, and also on the board at the airport, the flight still says it's happening.
Yeah.
But online, it says it's not happening.
Okay.
And I got a notification that it's canceled. But on the board, it's there. So now I'm freaking out because I'm like, what is happening? Like I have like an hour until maybe my flight happens, and I'm going to the other terminal now, and like it's all freaking out. I finally get to the KLM like terminal, like check-in desk, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, I don't know.
God damn it.
I'm like, what do you mean? And then there's like 20 other people, and I'm like, you guys all got fucked too? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, what, do you guys know what's happened? They're like, nope. And there's like all of us are just waiting in front of the desks, and none of them are talking to us. Like none of the staff are trying to help us. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, well, what are we going to do? They're like, I don't know. I was like, well, fuck. Well, great. So I start looking at like other flights maybe. Because apparently the reason it got cancelled was bad weather, but it was like sunny outside. It was like perfectly fine. It was like normal, but maybe in Netherlands it wasn't. I don't know. But
Yeah.
Anyway, so I look, and there was like one flight going to Amsterdam. There was like €2,000 economy flight.
What?
I guess because everyone was trying to get on.
From Germany to Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's like a 1 hour.
It's like a
flight.
1 hour flight. Yeah.
It's like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Everyone was trying to fucking get on this flight.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like I'm not paying that. I'd rather just wait.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to pay that. I'm not paying €2,000 for a flight that I'm going to get for free anyway.
I think an Uber from Germany
Probably
to Amsterdam
be cheaper.
it'd probably be cheaper.
I get there as well. I was like genuinely consider like, should I get the train? But the train was 4 hours and like two or three changes. I was like, fuck this. Like, I'll just wait. That seems like so much effort. And I had like a lot of luggage, and I was like, fuck this. So eventually they're like, all right, we figured it out. You guys are fucked. You're getting on a flight tomorrow morning. I was like, what?
Oh my
it's
God.
4 p.m. You tell me there's no other flight? There was like online, there was like 7 other flights that were still available. I was like, what the fuck is this? They're like, nope, sorry. So they're like, scan this QR code, you get a free hotel room. Scan the QR code. Link doesn't fucking work. None of it works. So she hands us this QR code and walks off.
Oh my God.
And so we're all like baffled. Everyone's like reloading the page. I'm like, bro, the link doesn't work. And then there's this guy fighting for his life from Scotland. Hey, the link doesn't work, mate. I'm just trying to refresh the page, like.
Yeah.
And he's like refreshing it. And I'm like, mate, it's not. They fucked us. They fucked us. It's not working. All right. So we wait 30 minutes. They come back later, finally, with a new QR code that works. And then we book our hotel room. And then we're like, how do we get there? They hand me this cryptic ass Bloodborne looking map that didn't make any fucking sense. It was literally like, you know, the Google Maps, the most unhelpful version of the map when it just shows you like a white building.
Yeah.
It was literally that. It was a white building with a star on the other side. And they were like, go here. no directions or anything or any help at all.
It's like you haven't unlocked that part of the map yet.
It was legit. Like when you open up the map in like the Legend of Zelda when you first come out the cave, and everything's white.
Everything's white.
And there's a star. You're like, what is this? This is the most unhelpful shit.
Yeah.
And so we just, I kind of was like, you know what? These guys are being really proactive. I just asked these guys, like, hey, can I just like tag along?
Yeah.
And they were like, sure. And then I realized 5 minutes in, they had no fucking clue where they were going either. I thought maybe I'll just let them do it and I'll just zone out. They had no idea. So I got off and then we waited where the shuttle was supposed to come. And it just didn't show up. The shuttle to the hotel.
Is this like Berlin Airport?
This is Frankfurt.
Frankfurt, right? Yeah.
Right.
We're just waiting. And like, there's so many people waiting for different hotel shuttles. It is like everyone's fighting to get on.
Yeah.
And then I kind of turn to these guys. I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to call the hotel real quick and find out what's going on. So I call the hotel. I'm like, hey, where's the shuttle? They said, it'll be there in an hour. I was like, an hour? I'm dying, dude. I was on a 14-hour flight. I've been fighting for my life for 3 hours. I'm exhausted. And so I'm like, fuck this, guys. I'm going to get a taxi. Whoever wants to come in, get in. Problem is, there's 5 of us and there's 4 seats. So you guys can decide. And so they all kind of like, and then like only one of them gets in. So like, we can't leave the squad. The other guy's like, I'll leave the squad. So we get in, go to the airport, wait there. I call an Uber the next morning. I go to the Netherlands. And then we sit on the fucking airplane tarmac for about an hour and a half. And they're like, we might not go. I'm like, what? We might not go? You're fucking with me. You're killing me. And then eventually we did go. But I was like, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
I'm getting so worked up here. I'm like, this is the worst, dude.
God
this is
damn.
awful.
Yeah.
Europe sucks. And the whole time, I had no idea where my luggage was because I didn't get my luggage back. They told me not to get my luggage.
Right.
They said, don't worry.
So you went to the hotel without your luggage?
Yeah, they told me, don't worry. Come, it'll be on your flight tomorrow.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Where they have absolutely fucked every single step up of this journey. I was absolutely worried.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the hotel with fucking nothing. I just had like my phone charger, which is the one good thing.
Yeah.
And like headphones. And so the next day I had to get up where I'd already been on this flight for like 20 plus hours in this grimy ass clothes. And I had to get on that flight again, get to Amsterdam, and then go all the way to Rotterdam. I'm still wearing these like stinky ass clothes. Because I don't know what it is, but like when you have a flight, you get this like weird stench that builds.
It's like musky, right?
Yeah. And I was like, man, I just really want to like get out of these
It's the
clothes.
collective stank of all of the people you were on the flight with. That's all just like coalescing into your clothes.
But I do have a tracker in my luggage. So I could see that like it was in the airport.
Right.
And
So it
I was
hadn't been taken.
on my plane and I was refreshing that tracker like crazy. Waiting for it because it'll only, because I use like a shitty tracker. It's awful.
Yeah.
It'll only like ding when it's close enough to me. It'll ding off other people's stuff. But when I'm on a plane, I can check if it's on the plane because sometimes it will be in range.
Yeah.
And so I had this like euphoric relief moment where I was on the plane and eventually it like dinged that it was nearby. And I was like, oh my God, thank fuck
So
for
made it
that.
on.
Right,
Thank
that's
fuck for
useless.
that.
Because what if you get on the plane and it's not there? What the fuck can you do?
I cry.
You're just gonna have a depressing plane.
Sometimes because the plane is big, the luggage might just like be unlucky, and I might be at the front, the luggage will be at the back. It won't ding, and I'll be like, "Oh my God, my luggage is in the fucking plane."
Because guaranteed, you get on the plane, you know your luggage isn't there.
Oh,
There's no way you can communicate with the staff members that, hey,
I would also
this
just
was-
have a terrible
It's
flight.
like you forgot. It's like hey, you kind of
have
forgot
the
something.
worst flight.
Yeah, you'll just be like,
But
well,
I was having the worst time anyway, and I was freaking out about my luggage not being, because also in my luggage, which I know, okay, people are gonna be like, whatever. It was some of the stuff for the auction because I just had I had to bring a lot of stuff with me.
Sure.
Europe. And like I just had no other choice. Like I would have loved to have shipped it, but I was like, it's a lot of stuff. So some of the auction stuff was in my luggage. So I was freaking out about maybe losing that. But luckily, there would have been like 2-3 weeks before the auction. So I think even if something went wrong, you could have remedied it. But man, that was stressful. But then finally go to Rotterdam, and it was fun.
Yes.
It was a great time.
At least that made up for the terrible flight there.
Europe was way better than America.
Yeah.
America was like way too intense, way more fanish. The Europe one just kind of felt like a bunch of vibes. You just got to speak to about, and it was mostly like European creators as well. Like I thought it would still be a lot of English people, but just met a bunch of people who just did not like stream in English at all, and that was really cool. It was fun. Got to speak to a lot of really passionate Italian people who are I was like, what are you?
What
Yeah,
are these?
dude. Yeah. He was really funny. We were talking about Italian. I don't know how it came up because the Pope got in controversy about saying some homophobic stuff.
No, but I'm not surprised.
Well, it's the Pope. I mean, Pope was probably around when it was invented. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know why it stuck with me so much. He got really passionate. This Italian guy was going off. He's like, I'm not even mad. He said the thing. I am mad that the other Christian ratted him out. They told the people, the press, it was a private meeting. They ratted on him twice. And I was like, you cannot rat. I was like,
There's a rat in the church.
I was like, this is the most Italian stereotype. Like Italian mobster thing. Yeah. You cannot rat on me. What are you doing?
He will see the consequences.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was a good time. It was really chill because I kind of like last TwitchCon, I signed myself up to everything.
Yeah.
And I had an awful time.
Right.
And this time I kind of just did nothing.
Just kind of chilled.
And it was great. I just kind of
paid vacation then.
basically, yeah. I kind of like I did one Twitch Rivals, which was fun. And I did what else? Oh, I did a panel. I had to do a panel. Which was fun as well. It was chill. That's it. I mean, that was like nothing. Like for most days.
Hey man, at least you got there in one piece.
Yeah, at least you got there.
Survive and then made it to America, no problem.
Yeah, and then we went to AX together.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we had the AX, which was fun. AX was great.
Yeah.
Very
How's
busy.
your guys' AX this year? Because I feel like last year, well, you weren't there last year.
Yeah.
But I feel like last year because we had the trash taste, booth.
Yeah.
We most of us congregated at that booth
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
I saw Joe one time or twice.
I think we saw each other like once or twice
Bro,
because our schedule was so packed.
Dead ass. Your guys' schedules were packed. I did fuck all this AX.
This is my busiest AX by far.
Really?
I've never had to
This
do
was
so much
easily
shit.
my most like relaxing AX.
God damn.
Well, for the first 2 days, I had nothing on my schedule. So I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? The other boys are doing shit. So like, I was just hanging out with Alex, our content producer. And we were just like going around LA, and it was like, it was chill. It was vibes.
Oh hell yeah!
That was not what I've never been so exhausted in my life. I was so tired.
Yeah, you look
being in
exhausted.
LA, downtown LA at least, is exhausting by itself.
Yeah.
Met someone. So we had a few new Geeks Plus staff members this time, and there was one Geeks Plus staff member who was like her first time in LA.
Oh, yeah.
Right, in LA. And I remember walking back.
It was the first time in America.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
First time in America.
I remember walking back so it was me, her, Maylin, and we were walking back from the convention center to the hotel that we were staying at. And we were like giving her all these tips and stuff. And we were like, the number one thing that you should not do is walk back by yourself, especially if it's off the beaten path.
Yep.
And
Even during the day.
Even during the day. And what did we do? We were like, okay, we're only doing this because we are in a group of 3. So do not do this by yourself.
Yeah.
So we walk back to our hotel, and it's not even like we like walked a strange route or something. It was just some of the streets that were just a little bit quieter, right? And I remember on the way back, we by perchance we met someone that one of Maylin's acquaintances who also works for another anime company. And we they had a quick chat. And then we found out, so we said our goodbyes. She went off to the convention center. We found out literally 5 minutes later after we said goodbye, she got punched by a dude. And
Yeah.
did you hear about
I heard
this?
about this.
I
yeah.
was like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
With the convention center was literally a 5-minute walk from where we were at. We weren't even like that far away from the convention center. So I was like, dude, this reminds me why being in downtown LA is just the complete
She
worst.
experienced GTA IRL.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Needless to say, all the stories have scared the shit out of the Geeks Plus staff members.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, rightly so. In some places, definitely in downtown LA.
Yeah, it's chill.
Yeah, it's chill. It's chill.
I'm one with the people.
Shut the fuck up. Give me points. So give me points. I need the
I
points.
want the point. Hey, the people need
But
points.
I'm one with the people.
Yeah, I'm one with the people.
You're one with the people.
Hey, I take advantage of the flights.
Hey, the people need the points, man.
Hey, the people need the points. Free flights. People need the points.
Go with the man technique that Dinus told us, right?
Yeah. Throw a couple of dudes out there.
Yes.
Throw a couple of mans out
Dudes.
there. You'll be all right.
Yeah. This episode of Trash Taste is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Guys, did you know if you subscribe to Netflix without using a VPN, you're only getting a small selection of what they can offer? God
Damn it!
Did you know that Netflix has over 17,000 titles worldwide, but because of copyright laws, they offer less than half those titles in Japan?
I'm gonna lose it.
And it's even less in most other countries, guys.
no.
Imagine going to the grocery store and only getting to go to half the aisles,
Despicable.
guys. All that
Despicable.
delicious food you're missing out on.
How dare they?
That's why we use ExpressVPN.
ExpressVPN is an app that allows you to change your IP location so that you can access a new level of content. With just one click, you can change your location to any of the 105 countries that ExpressVPN has a server in.
You all know that me and the boys travel a lot, and we use ExpressVPN to watch region-locked anime series like One Piece and Gundam.
Plus, ExpressVPN works on all devices. I can use it on my phone, TV, computer, whatever. Maybe a fridge if you really want to. We all have ExpressVPN, and
Yes,
you
sir.
should too. And right now, Trash Taste listeners can get an extra 3 months for free at
Easy.
expressvpn.com/trashtaste. That's EXPRESSVPN.com/trashtaste
For free.
Extra months for free. expressvpn.com/trashtaste. Back to the episode.
But how was your ex? You did a few panels, right?
You did a lot of panels too.
Yeah. I mean, we did the Honkai Star Rail panel
Oh my
together.
God, yeah, we did do
Remember that?
Yeah, that was the first time I saw you guys in like 4 days.
we were like,
That was interesting because we had like I feel like that was a lot of Garnt carrying, but also at the same time there wasn't like a whole.
It wasn't
lot for-
kind of a lot of Garnt carrying. It was a
There
lot
was
of
like
Garnt carrying.
not that much for us to do.
No.
Like, we kind of were like, and next up this thing.
Well, the
I
fact
was
that
talking about Honkai. We did a lot actually. Hoyoverse. That was a hard panel, right, guys?
No, it was great, but like I was stressing because I was like, oh shit, we have to do a lot.
Yeah.
I thought we have to talk a lot about the.
Well, because we had to go to like some kind of
a
the day
rehearsal.
before we had to do
Yeah.
a rehearsal for it. So I was like, oh shit, there must be like a lot on the table there.
Yeah.
And there was some stuff to do, sure, but like, you know, 3 of us have done so many panels collectively. We were like, how different could this one be?
Yeah.
And like it was your standard panel, you know, just like introduce some stuff, you know, ask questions to the guests, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I think like rehearsals a lot of the time are just to quell worries as opposed. Well,
Yeah.
it depends. At least for panels, I feel like they're just to
Yeah.
like.
It's more for the actual organizers of the panel
Yeah.
than the actual people on the panel, I feel.
Yeah, and I feel like that panel in particular, we had a lot of voice actors on stage, and I
Yep.
think they kind of carried the panel.
Oh, I mean,
with
100%
their
content
content
for sure.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were just like, and next up we have another talented person.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, like,
I mean,
it was fun to host it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we would
we
just
have-
ask a question and then they would just talk.
We have so many talented people on stage, and us three.
yeah.
But that was that was when we did our first Trash Taste panel. I remember that venue.
Yeah.
It was
exact
the
same
big
panel.
room, right? Yeah.
But I feel it's hard to do panels in warehouses. The audio, it like reverberates off the walls a lot, and it kind of fucks with your
Yeah.
when you're trying to talk.
Yeah.
I much prefer the like better small like venues more designed for like.
And we didn't
speaking.
really do like an audio test either. Like
Well,
we do.
It's fine.
Yeah, so it was like a little bit echoey. So some of the times I was just like, I want to like work off of whatever this person just said, but I could barely
Yeah,
understand
it's
what they were
hard to hear.
saying.
It's hard to hear what
Yeah.
your co-host is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I also
managed.
think like doing like the live shows, I kind of realized how much experience that gave
Oh, it helps
me
so
in terms
much,
of
Oh my god,
like
yeah.
I remember I hosted the Warner Brothers panel with Suicide Squad Isekai, and you know had a bunch of co-hosts who were, you know, bless their hearts, were like really nervous and really and like, you know, and really scared, and I was just like, oh, I'm nervous as well, but I need to act like I'm not
You gotta
nervous.
be the guy who's not nervous.
I gotta be the confident guy.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta-
shitting myself.
Oh yeah, you gotta be the guy who's like, nah,
Yeah.
dude, we got this.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay, the one thing that being on stage has taught me is how to pretend to not be nervous.
Well, if you have that one person who you feel like you can like rely on stage, if
Yeah.
someone's up there like crushing it, it makes
Yeah.
everyone like, you know, a high tide raises all ships. Like,
Yeah.
you know, everyone does so much better. So
No, totally.
even if you're like faking it,
Yeah.
I think that gives a lot of confidence to people on the panel.
Yeah, basically just fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
No, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, how was your Black Butler panel? Because
That was really fun.
yeah, that looked like a fun panel.
That was I've done a lot of panels, all different sizes. This was like a 2,000 person panel, and I've never heard screams that loud in my life. That was a crazy scream. It was really cool. It was just fun. What a cool opportunity that was. I also got to I'll fully explain. Did a panel where we were did a panel with the producer, I think I want to say that correctly, director, and Daisuke Ono, the voice of Sebastian, Jotaro, Owen, basically every character you ever loved.
An absolute legend.
Literally.
I think he was Owen in Attack on Titan as well.
He's kind of like the GOAT.
Yeah.
And he was so cool. So they kind of casually were like, hey, if you want to, we can meet up and have dinner beforehand if you'd like to. And I'm like, yes, that would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. So had dinner, and so then I was talking Japanese with him, and it was going great until I think I was about 30 minutes in. I think he thought that I was better than I was at that point. And then he started because I told him, kantan nihongo onegaishimasu.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think it was going too smoothly where he dropped the kantan. And it just started becoming normal.
Well, I think he dropped the kantan the moment he heard you say the word kantan.
Yeah, maybe.
It's wait, you know that word?
But it was going great. It was going great.
Because I had exactly the same experience with so many Japanese staff members now, where we've gotten conversationally fluent in bar talk.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I can do the kinds of talk you would have with someone who you met up with in a foreign country for 30 minutes. All of that conversation I can do.
Yeah.
But obviously, when the dinner was getting into the 2-hour period, drinks were going, it was starting to get a little harder.
Your brain's on
I had to really lock in when he was talking. But it was really cool. I mean, it was so fun, and he's so gracious, man. And he was telling me about he also was just whipping out voices the entire time. He was just when
you're yo, do the thing.
No. So this is the most embarrassing thing. This is the most
Owen, please do it again.
So we meet up, and I don't know what the word for impersonator was in Japanese. I didn't know what that was.
Impersonator?
Or to impersonate.
Monomane?
Monomane. Yeah. So the person who was introducing us was he does monomane of your voice, and then when he heard that, he kept going do the voice. hey, do the voice though. Yeah. And I was like, no, that's embarrassing. I don't want to do it. Yeah. But he asked 8 times throughout the dinner. He's like, so
he just wanted to know.
He's like, you gonna do it now?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, shit, I'll do it. So I did it, and he was like, damn, that's good. I was like, don't lie to me. Don't look me in the eye and lie. But then he voiced some Street Fighter or some fighting game character that just would say things in English, like guacamole or something. And he kept saying it during the dinner, really charmingly. You go super guacamole. I was like, what? God, it reminded me of Natsuki a lot. Where he would just say things in English. Yeah. But he was really, really nice, and he was really gracious. He was talking about how he really has a lot of respect for the English voice actors and stuff, because he dubs a lot of American TV shows and a lot of movies. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, no, I get it. It's same deal. We're all just trying to voice things. So he was really cool, very gracious. Then we did the panel. But the morning of the panel, I had to go and meet them at 8 a.m. in their hotel.
Damn.
So we met them in their hotel. But it turned out it was great for me, because as we were walking from this hotel, I kept getting stopped. People being like, hey, Connor, can I have a picture? With 20 Japanese businessmen. They were like, wow, sugoi. Wow, sugoi, man. I was like, So I think, it played well into being like, oh, this guy must have some views who are going to show up.
Yeah.
That was helpful. And then the panel went great. And then we walked out. I walked out first. People were screaming. It was great. It was very cool. It was very fun to be back in front of a Black Butler crowd.
Yeah.
And then the producer came on, screams. The director came on, screams. And then Daisuke Ono came out, and my ears nearly ruptured from how loud the screams were. It was so intense. And then he kept...
That's why he's the GOAT.
He kept just going yes, my lord, and stuff. Yeah. Everyone was just freaking out.
I mean, I would freak out just that. I'm not even a Black Butler fan.
I'd be sitting there I'm going to come.
I mean, it's hard not to. And we had... we announced the Emerald Witch Arc, the newest arc, which was kind of hype. I was like, that's kind of cool that I got to be like, guys, dim the lights, do even an announcement.
Yeah.
Kind of felt like going full circle almost. Like, 10 years ago, I started doing this damn impression.
It is pretty impressive that like that fan base obviously, but also like just that series is still managing to pull out some like new cool stuff.
Yeah.
And like the fans are totally down for it,
The producers were saying that they said that the main reason it came back was the fandom in the West.
Oh, okay.
The fandom was big enough in the West.
The 93%.
No.
The 93%.
93% coming back.
I just helped a little bit in the lulls. Yeah. But one thing also that they mentioned, because in the latest arc, they play a lot of cricket.
Right.
And over this dinner, cricket.
Okay.
And it came up. I was like, so how was it like doing cricket? Like, how was it like animating? Or did you guys know anything about cricket? And they were like, we had never seen cricket.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about cricket. It's not a thing in Japan.
No.
And they were talking about it like it was this mystical game that like ye old English people play. I was like, dude, I played that in school. I don't know. And then they were like, yeah, we found one club in Saitama that played cricket.
Oh shit.
I mean, it makes sense.
It was a bunch of Pakistani people.
Of course,
who played cricket.
Of course, yeah.
And so they went to this club and just watched them play cricket.
Yeah.
And just studied it
Dude,
to get it right.
I remember years ago when I was working in Japan, I had to explain to my Japanese coworkers the rules of cricket.
It's kind of complicated.
I was sitting there for like 3 hours and they just were like, wait, so it's like nothing like baseball? I'm like, no, it's nothing like baseball. Stop trying to compare it to that because that's the only frame of reference that they have, right?
I mean, it's probably the closest frame of reference you can get.
And they were like, wait, so there are 2 batters? And I'm like, yes, there are 2 batters. It took them like 40 minutes just to wrap their heads around just the fact that there are 2 batters playing. It's like, so they do they both hit the ball? I'm like, no, only one of them. It's like, what does the other guy do? It's like, he runs.
Yeah, he runs to get him out.
And when you bowl it, it has to hit the ground first.
Yeah, and you can't bend your arm. And they're just like, what the hell is this like?
I think it was just really interesting them talking about it. Like you said, like it was just like the most alien thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, the bat, it's amazing. One side is flat.
Yeah.
The other is kind of like curved in a triangle. It was just really interesting. It was really fun. It was very, very endearing.
Yeah.
And I was like, we played in school.
Yeah.
It's very normal.
Yeah.
It's
good game.
that. Yeah. I don't know what the hell a baseball is though. What the fuck is that?
It's like, why is it round like that?
Why are people running around in a square? I don't understand.
Yeah,
run in a line.
Yeah, it's so much quicker.
It was a really, really good panel though. It was a really good panel.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. We did the Honkai one. I did a panel with Mouse as well.
Oh, that was cool.
At the Novo.
Yeah.
That was a cool venue. It was like a kind of like a theater where we would do one of our normal shows.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, I did the Aniplex panel. So this year I hosted the Honkai Star Rail. I've hosted Suicide Squad Isekai. And I hosted the new Sword Art Online GGO panel.
Basically, if you need an anime announced. All right, hit me up. All right.
So I remember saying on like a stream or something, I was like, yeah, I'm hosting basically the 3 things that make up Giguk. And then I had one of the Aniplex staff members actually, I think, saw that stream or heard me say that, and they were like, I can't believe you said that. Because I can't believe you missed out the most important thing.
What?
And she was like, I thought you were one of us. I thought you were a fake guy.
No.
Shit! How dare you put Sword Art Online above Fate?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that.
And I was like, oh, I'm right. But hosted the.
That was great as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
hosted the Sword Art Online one. Funny speaking about that because we did have like a lot of panels. We had rehearsals before. Got to meet up with my other panelists and everything like that. The one thing I wasn't expecting before the panel was, so we were just hanging out, waiting, just hanging about in the room, waiting for the panel to start. And then someone comes in the Aniplex office, and my handler from Aniplex side, she introduced me to this person. Turns out that this producer was the Ufotable Fate guy.
Right.
Wow.
He was the producer that was in charge of like greenlighting Fate Zero, the Unlimited Blade Works movies, basically everything to do with Fate and Ufotable. Everything that made me a Fate fan. this man was in charge of.
Right.
God damn.
And so
he's like your god.
yeah. So I get introduced, and they describe me as, oh, do you know, this is the fake person. This is the fake guy. And I'm like, no. I'm just a lowly fan.
Yeah.
And this my handler was like, no, you do not understand. I need to show you something. She whips out her laptop. And she starts going through like all of my videos, and she starts off being like, yo, so she starts explaining, Fate has a big fandom abroad. We have a very dedicated fan base, and some of his videos have helped spread the love of Fate to the international fan base. And the producer's like, I'm curious. Let me see. Let me have a look. Let me have a taste.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I already hate it. I don't know about you guys. I hate it.
Someone watch my videos.
When
It's the worst.
somebody watches
It's a
my
YouTuber's
videos.
worst nightmare.
Yeah. So it is that feeling extrapolated because it's someone that I actually give a shit about.
You also respect.
And I actually respect.
And he's like watching your like Fate hoodie done.
And so she pulls up the very first Fate video I made, not the Fates, one of the first big Fate videos I made, which is the the
skit one?
TikTok-esque skit one.
Yeah.
And it was like, a 4-minute video, and I expected just to have a brief introduction about this
is it.
Yeah,
Stop.
this is it. We'll watch it for a few seconds, then stop. So she plays the video. The man fucking locks in.
What the heck?
So
He's trying to be respectful. You feel
no.
genuinely into it.
He was like, I thought, he's going to be respectful and everything, and we're just going to watch it for a bit. So she pulls it up. We're all standing up. She pulls it up, puts it on the table. Man just locks in, puts the laptop down, puts captions on, and just leans
Wait, those
forward.
Japanese captions?
Yeah, that was like Japanese
Oh my
automatic
God.
captions.
Oh my
so
God.
he leans forward, and he's actually like, it is the most intense I've seen someone watching my content. Yeah. And
I'd be sweating bullets.
I'm like here, like sweating, like, oh my God. And
He's watching it like a TED talk or something.
Yeah. And so this is like the longest 4 minutes of my life. And it's like total silence, absolute fucking silence. And then there was a joke that about like the Fate visual novel, and he has a laugh. I'm like, oh my god, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's made an impact. These 4 minutes feel like 4 hours. I'm like, okay, it's finally over. I can go back to being casual. Video finishes. He turns around and he goes, can I watch the other one? And I'm like, no, you can't do this to me. You can't. And so my handler was like, all right, let me show you the long version. Loads up. And Maylin, I completely forgot. Maylin was also there at this point. She had walked in, and so she loads up this 24-minute video, and he is watching it in its entirety. It's not even like it's
not even at 2x speed.
Not even at 2x speed, 1x speed. And meanwhile, Maylin's like standing next to me, and I know the joke is that we call her mom.
Yeah.
She literally I did become like son mode when she was like next to me, because I was like literally grabbing onto her, being like, Maylin, get me out of here now. Get me out of here. I can't do this, Maylin. I can't do this. And she
stressful.
I was like sweating
It's
as much
like
as
it's
she
like a
would.
parent-teacher meeting.
And meanwhile, Maylin's like that parent that just lives off embarrassing their kid.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, nah, you need to look. We're gonna stand here. I'm gonna watch your stuff, and we're not going anywhere. I was like, Maylin, please get me out of it. Say we got a meeting or something, Maylin. I can't do this. But yeah, I end up standing there for like a full 20 minutes watching this ufotable producer watch my Fate videos. And it felt like it went on for like 10 hours at that point. But also, at the end of it, he was like, that was genuinely great. I genuinely enjoyed myself. Thank you very much for everything you've done for the fake community.
Hell yeah.
We exchanged business cards, and I'm like, I want to die.
See, at least there's a silver lining to that. At least he wasn't like
He liked
after
the
the at least it wasn't like after the 24 minutes he closes the laptop and he's like, we're going to be filing a copyright claim.
that's what I was like. That's what I was sweating about.
Been like in like the 4-minute video, he could have been like, I've seen enough. Like a minute.
Yeah. That would have also been bad. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
At least he liked your shit, you know?
I was afraid he'd be like, actually, this piece of information.
Yeah, this is wrong.
this is wrong, actually. This isn't part of the timeline.
Damn.
This episode is sponsored by Shopify.
Boys, as someone who owns a drip company, the first thing I needed to figure out was how the hell am I going to get my products to people all over the world? And thankfully, I found Shopify.
Hey, you didn't do it yourself, Joey. I thought you were a genius, but it was all Shopify?
It was all thanks to Shopify, baby. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business, from the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the, oh my God, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits or giving, I don't know, impeccable drip like this, Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered.
Shopify helps you convert browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkouts. 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms, guys.
Yeah, so at Nonsense, we do actually use Shopify, and we've been using Shopify since the very beginning, and it makes things so much easier because I had no clue how to do any of this e-commerce stuff.
So what are you waiting for? Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/trash, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/trash now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/trash. Back to the episode.
But yeah, I ended up hosting the Sword Art Online panel, who had this...
It's the most Garnt sentence.
Oh my God, yeah.
Ended up hosting the Sword Art Online panel, which that also ended up well. One thing that's, another part of it that was cool was we had the meeting beforehand where one of the producers was like, so we had to introduce one of the producers who had flown all the way from Japan, and he was like a little bit nervous. He was like, we were in the pre-meeting, and he was like, just jokingly, he was like, it'd be cool if the crowd shouts out like GGO or something, or chants GGO, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And like me hearing that, being on tour, I know that get enough people in the room, and all you need to do is just they will follow anything you say.
Yeah.
With enough.
You just need to pull the trigger.
If you say it with enough confidence and enough energy in your voice, people will want to follow what you are saying.
Yeah.
So I had this really cool moment where I didn't tell him I was gonna do it, but I'm like, it wasn't on the script, but I'm like, I'm gonna get them to shout out GGO.
Hell yeah.
And managed to get them shouting GGO when he came on stage, and he genuinely, I think he had this moment where he was like a little bit nervous to genuinely just feeling himself
At home
on stage, which is how you want to make.
Yeah, of course. That's what you're supposed to do as a host.
Unnatural for I think most people to be on stage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's there like, how much did you pay them?
It's always good when you get to like do a panel about like stuff that you consume a lot as well. I think it definitely helps feeding off the energy, especially if you have a history with the property or whatever it is as well.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Oh my God, I also remembered a very cringe thing that happened. That when you were talking about cringing, I was like, no, I unlocked this.
I unlocked a memory.
When we were having dinner with Daisuke Ono, he was talked a little bit about JoJo. Obviously, I had to tell him I was a big JoJo fan.
Sure.
And he did do some lines, which was kind of pog.
Yeah.
It's kind of pog. Anyway, we were chatting and we were talking, and I'm trying to focus, but I'm also trying to eat and drink. And he says something. He's talking about Joseph, the voice actor for Joseph, who I don't know the name of.
Sugita Tomokazu, I believe.
Yeah. Well, he'd passed away not too long ago, I believe. Joseph. Old Joseph.
Oh, old Joseph.
Old Joseph.
Young Joseph is Sugita Tomokazu.
Yeah, sorry. Old Joseph.
Very alive.
Old Joseph. Old Joseph.
Okay.
Who passed away. But I didn't know that. We were talking, and he was like, yeah. And he said in Japanese, oh, yeah, it was, we used to get beers all the time. But, I'm just happy we got to have that memory. And then I thought he was like, yeah, we get beers all the time together. And so I went, dude, that's sick. Sugoi. Like, yeah. Awesome. And then he looked at me like, I was like, nani. And then he explained. I was like, oh shit, fuck, my bad. Shit, I didn't mean to be like, that's sick. Fuck. And he
Yeah,
laughed
because
off.
his POV, it's like,
that was
he
sad,
passed
that was
away.
sad.
Yo, that's sick as fuck.
I was like, damn, that's so good. I was like, that's so cool, man. That sounds so fun. And he's like, what?
It's like he literally just died.
No, he understood that I misunderstood. So he was
of
not-
course.
But it was cringe for me. I was like,
I had an
Very
interesting panel at AX where I finally met the anime men.
Oh,
You did?
I got invited to be on
we've
the
all met them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't yet. So I finally met the anime men. They were having their own panel at AX, and they asked me to be like a special guest, I guess, for one of their segments. So I was like, all right, yeah, sure. It should be fairly easy. So I'm backstage with them. They're all really nice guys, by the way. Super chill.
Yeah, super
but
chill.
there's also, I've never felt more like a dad in my life because I was very easily the oldest one there. Like, it wasn't even close. Because all these dudes, I'm pretty sure, like, all the anime men are, like, in their, like, late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
Right? And
right.
the guests that they also had, there was a couple of other, like, YouTubers or, like, TikTokers or whatever it was, who were also very, very young, right? So there's at least, like, a 10-year gap between me and everybody else who was there. So I'm trying to, like, talk and get to know them and have a conversation, but there is clearly a massive generation gap.
Well, uncle over here, bro.
Yeah, I was literally like the
your
old
uncle over
uncle.
here.
I was the drunk uncle that showed up to the party, you know?
Yeah.
And backstage, I met another YouTuber called Anthpo.
I know where this
Yeah.
is going.
And, you know, like, I've seen a couple of his stuff in the past. You know,
Yeah.
he made some funny skits at the time.
Yeah.
And so, and like, I recognized him, and I was like, yo, Anthpo, right? Like, I've seen your stuff. And he looks at me, and his eyes just light up, and he's like, yo, Joey, it's been so long, bro. And I was like, has it?
Oh no! Oh no!
I didn't say this out loud, right?
no.
I was like, yeah, man, yeah. It's been a while, bro. And then he was like, yeah, yo, I don't know if you remember me that much, man, but we met at like so-and-so party and like we chatted for a bit and, you know, it's great to see you, man. Hope you've been well, blah, blah, blah. I found out after the panel, he was getting me and Garnt mixed up.
So
He had met Garnt before at this party. He thought it was me.
So Joey, like, so I was talking to Joey, and he was like, "Yeah, Anthpo said he met me before at a party. I don't understand." And I was like, "I've met Anthony Poe at the party before.
Yeah.
It was at the VidCon party."
Yeah, it was Vid. Yeah. He said, yo, I haven't seen you since VidCon. And I was like, I've never been to VidCon.
This has happened a worrying amount of times.
It has.
Like people have mixed you up.
So I thought he was like fucking with me the whole time, and or like maybe like I had forgotten, or like he had like confused VidCon for some other convention.
Okay,
So I was
okay.
like, maybe I have. He literally gaslit me into thinking that I've met him before. So I was just like, yeah, I think yeah.
Well, to be fair, we meet a lot of people.
We do.
No,
meet
we
a lot
do,
of
we
people.
do. Like, I don't-
I forget a lot of
Look,
people.
Yeah, this isn't shade at all.
No.
This
Not
is
at
this
all.
is just a funny story.
Anthony,
Yeah.
if you're watching this, you're a really nice guy. We had a great conversation. I thought it was just really funny
Yeah.
that you got and I confused,
Anthony-
which happens a lot.
I do remember meeting you at VidCon. I remember the exact conversation we had.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
But it was just so funny. He had this utmost confidence being like, yo, it's been so long, bro. And I'm like, I didn't have the heart to be like, I've never met you, bro.
This is the first time we've met.
And so I went on this panel. I hosted like one of their, I guess, like game shows that they did at where they were like guessing anime openings or whatever it was, right? And I was supposed to be like the judge.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like again, this made me feel like such an old uncle, because the vibe of everybody else and the vibe of the crowd was just completely different to the way that I would normally do it. So much so that I think I said like 3 things at that panel. Like I literally showed up, I stood behind like those like speech desks or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And, you know, as a judge position. And I thought it was my job to be like, you know, that's correct or that's incorrect or like, here's the next one, you know, be like the host for the game.
Yeah.
Nope. I literally just stood there while the anime men boys who were sitting at the front were just like hosting the entire thing. And I'm literally just, the entire panel, I'm literally just standing there like this, just looking at the contestants and then maybe sometimes going like, and that was my entire job. And I was there for like 30 minutes. And then they were like, all right, thank you, Anime Man, for that. And I was like, oh, All right.
They brought out the uncle for just to bring him out.
Yeah, it's like, all right, thanks,
Get him some
uncle. You
fresh air,
can,
get him some fresh
you can
air.
go. You can go smoke a cigarette
So
now.
do you pass the baton over? Being like,
I mean, I guess so, because like, you know, I mean, to be fair, they did have a big crowd, and so clearly they do have like the massive fan base, and you know, to a lot of these like younger generations of anime.
It's a totally new audience.
Oh no,
isn't it?
absolutely. It literally, like I was saying to my handler, like it did kind of feel like the next generation of anime fans, I guess, because like a decent amount of the people in the crowd knew who I was. Like they like screamed when I came onto stage.
Like, who's his uncle?
Yeah, but
Who's this old fuck?
there were clearly some people in the crowd who were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know, I was like, "Why does he have such a similar name to my favorite content creators?" So that made me feel very old. So yeah, shout out Anime Man, I guess. The Anime Man and the Anime Man finally met up, and
should add this like My Hero Academia moment where you're like, "You're next." You're taking.
I think Anthpo is at the end of my cyclothon.
is he?
Oh, was he?
Am
Was
I
he in
thinking
Japan?
Am I thinking about the right person? Let me just double check.
He got famous off of doing like a lot of like parody skits of like TV shows and stuff. I watched his like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, he
once.
was.
He was.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a really funny coincidence. Jaden and Alfred and Anthpo were all there in Japan.
Right.
Just so happened to go to Tokyo Tower the day that I'm finishing my thing, bump into Emily. They're like, Emily's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And they're like, "Oh, we're just going to Tokyo Tower." She's like, "Oh, I'm waiting for Connor's cyclothon to finish."
Right.
So when I finish my cyclothon and I'm going to do it, and then like Alfred and Jaden are like, "Yo, what's up, Connor?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "I got to go," but like, what the fuck? And they were there as well. Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, damn."
Weird.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that was my AX experience.
Yeah. Well, you saw the premiere of Dandadan as well.
I did.
Right.
I did see the premiere
How
of
was it?
Dandadan.
How was it?
Oh my god. I mean, everyone who was at that premiere will know, but it was one of the most insane first episodes I've ever seen.
Was it?
It was so goddamn
Absolute
good.
cinema?
Like
Hands up?
It
Hands
was
up, absolute?
fucking cinema.
All right,
it was
absolute cinema.
They went so hard with this first
So
episode.
Science Saru cooked.
Oh
this
my
one?
god, they were chefing.
They've never not cooked.
They never
that's
knock.
true.
I knew, like, I was like, when I saw Science Sarah, I was like, they're gonna chef this, obviously, and they did, because like, yeah, everyone in that crowd was. I mean, it was a huge premiere too.
Where was it?
It was in the main hall where we did the Honkai thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there was like easily, you know, close to 2,000 people in this room watching this premiere. And it was, oh my god, I'm so excited for it. It's so fun.
Because I think this is their first shonen
Yes.
adaptation, right? Because
Yeah.
normally they do some of the more of the
weirder
weirder
ones,
shows.
yeah.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
hyped for it.
It's
When
so
does it come out?
I think it's next
Next
season.
season.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
next
Well,
season it
excited
comes
for
out.
it. Excited
Yeah.
for it.
So
Excited for
Yeah,
that.
because I would have gone to more premieres if if my
time.
Yeah,
I want to go to the ReZero one.
me too.
Yeah.
Fucking go.
They had an entire like 90-minute premiere.
I'm so jealous people got to watch that, dude.
What the hell, man? Yeah.
I wish I could have gotten that one.
I'm wondering what that premiere was like, because that guaranteed was like packed
Oh,
as
of course,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
The con itself, though, I feel like because they'd spread it out more this year, like, there's a lot more stuff going on outside of the main convention hall.
Yeah,
When I
it
was
did feel
walking
like there was
around-
like less people.
I think there's the same amount, but I think they shuffled people outside. Because when I was walking around the convention hall, I didn't feel like it was as bad as previous years.
Yeah.
Because normally AX is, obviously, it's the biggest anime
Shoulder to
convention
shoulder.
in the world.
Yeah.
I think it's like the biggest congregation of people in North America at
Yeah.
any one event. It normally is like, it feels like that way too.
Totally.
But it didn't feel as bad. And they'd shut down a street that they you know, the main street outside the front of the convention center. They'd shut that down this time, which they didn't normally do.
Figaro.
I think it was,
Yeah.
which they never shut down.
Yeah.
Apparently it's unheard of to shut that down, but I think that helped so much
Oh,
with
yeah.
getting people around.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Well, I heard this year from a lot of people that attended that this was like one of the best AXs they've been in terms of like planning and
The booths
organization.
were crazy as well.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
the Demon Slayer had a booth that was 2 stories high with like all of it being LEDs.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
what is this?
I
Like,
mean,
this-
the moment you walk into the main hall, you just see this like 10,
It was
15
nuts.
meter tall Luffy blow up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God damn, they're going
also-
fucking
Yeah.
hard this year.
It was cool seeing some of the. It was, you know, it was cool. It was cool seeing the Ami Ami booth. Is like every year grew a lot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we've been working with them for like so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their booth was huge this year. So that's cool. It's cool
It's
seeing the
actually one of the funnest thing I think we did at AX, unironically, was the Beyblade thing that we
Dude,
did.
the Beyblade thing
Oh
was so
my
sick.
God.
Can we talk about Beyblade? Because that like lit a fire in me that I forgot
Oh,
existed.
dude.
After I got back from AX, I held like 2 Beyblade tournaments in my house because they gave us the stadium.
Yeah, they did.
I need to go and get it from Ludwig's house.
Yeah.
Oh really?
I didn't have room in my luggage because we'd done this Beyblade sponsor,
Yeah.
which was I think we were all willing to probably just do for free.
Yeah.
It was so
Because we all
good.
just wanted to play Beyblades because Beyblade released a new Beyblade
Yeah.
system. And they had this really fucking cool thing where like they had one special like projected Beyblade where like it would do like a trail.
It was like some fucking
so sick.
Yu-Gi-Oh shit where
It was so
it
sick.
had like a hologram. So you would so the Beyblade Stadium like looks like a circle, right? And obviously
You'd let it rip.
Yeah, you'd let it rip.
It literally looks like from the anime.
Yeah, exactly. And then
I
they
think I
had
saw someone calling it biblically accurate Beyblade.
yeah. So the stadium kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
But this version of the stadium had a projector where they had a sensor that tracked the 2 Beyblades. Maybe it could track more, I don't know. But it had tracked the 2 Beyblades that were circling around and gave them like a fucking Akira-esque trail.
Yeah, like a flame trail.
like a,
It was so
a flame
sick.
trail.
Yeah.
It was so sick.
Yeah.
And it would like tell you like the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sick, dude. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
So we all got as a gift for attending. We all got
we should do
this
that as
like
an after
box
dark.
thing.
Beyblade.
I would love to do
Oh
that.
my
as an
god!
after
Yeah.
dark. Yeah.
We also had there was a guy at that booth who I think the guys at Beyblade said he was like a professional Beyblader.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like whipped out like a briefcase of Beyblades, and one of them's like titanium. I was like, why do you need a titanium Beyblade?
And he was like teaching us, being like, all right, the number one trick is to start low. Like really get your fucking waist down and make
Yeah.
sure it's like really, he was giving us all these tips to be better bladers.
Okay,
we
prepared.
we came as like newbies, and then I think it was you that faced off against the pro, right? Or was
Yeah,
it
yeah,
Joe?
yeah, the pro
And we
killed me.
could see the difference when he just had this fucking power stance.
You also had
yeah.
like a fucking gun. Like, we had like a little like plastic little thing that you have to do that. And
Yeah.
He had like a whole like metal ass gun that he like full on ripped. Like,
Yeah.
it felt like you could like rip that thing, like really go for it.
It was so good.
That was so fun.
And we had some fans that had like some crazy ass builds.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Some guy brought out a briefcase, and it was like the fucking scene from Pulp Fiction where you open up the briefcase
just
and you could
glows.
see the glow,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's just like, "Which one do you want?"
Yeah, it's like at the beginning of Pokemon when you pick your starter. You
Oh,
know? It's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
It was like that. It's like pick your blade.
And he had like 9 different Beyblades. So I was like,
so
what's your favorite?
and they were all like shiny and metal.
Yeah.
I was like, what
Yeah.
the
It
heck?
was actually so.
Yeah, I
sick.
did
so
not
cool.
know that Beyblade had evolved this much into this many different iterations.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
we're into it now.
Childhood me was, I think, would have freaked out.
Oh my
God,
What future
yeah.
me was able to to do.
Yeah,
You
hell
had to
yeah.
do Beyblades? That's
Yeah.
so sick.
Yeah,
It was
that,
so
that
sick.
was sick. I would love to get more Beyblades
I
out.
just need I just got to go through all like my childhood like games and go through the sponsors. I need a
Yeah.
Pokemon one, I need a Yu-Gi-Oh one now.
Oh my god, if we could do a Yu-Gi-Oh one,
The
I
Yu-Gi-Oh
would.
sponsor would be hype.
Oh my god, it was so hype. Please,
That'd be
Yu-Gi-Oh.
so cool.
I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day. Is the
Dude.
card game hard?
No,
It's gotten more. Well, I played the first generation Yu-Gi-Oh when it was still relatively simple.
yeah, I guess I probably haven't played the new one, so I
Yeah,
can't
you're
comment.
probably thinking of like the simple Beyblade, not Beyblade.
Well,
sorry,
I
Yu-Gi-Oh.
was like DX Heroes is the one or GX Heroes, whatever it was.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
that's when I
yeah.
played.
I think that was the new, the newer one at the time. But like
Right.
once they started introducing like
Jinx,
fusion
Jinx.
monsters, I was just like,
Yeah, Fusion.
Okay.
That was when I had it. That's
Oh,
when I
okay,
played.
yeah. I stopped before the fusions.
And then I couldn't get like the fusions, so I had to like get the cards from China, knockoffs. So I had like knockoff Chinese versions
Yeah.
of the Yu-Gi-Ohs that
Hell
would
yeah.
transform, but all the names were fucking weird. Instead of being like Immortal Dragon, it would be like it would be Sun-Kissed Dragon or something.
Right,
And you're
right.
like, what? And the art would look a little off. And I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
I mean, they even did that between like the Japanese and English ones. I always, because I was playing it in Japanese, obviously with
Yeah.
my Japanese friends, so I always
Japanese
remember the
cards.
Japanese names of the
Yeah.
cards, which is bad because sometimes there's a reason why they changed the name of the cards because
Yeah.
it just sounds a little bit weird in English. Like
Yeah.
Dark Magician Girl. Is makes sense in English.
Yeah.
In Japanese, it's Black Magician Girl. So
Oh.
they were like, okay, we gotta change that. Make it
yeah.
a little bit different. But Yu-Gi-Oh sponsor would be hype. We definitely have to do a Beyblade tournament for Patreon though.
Yeah. I'm up. I'm ready.
So down.
I'm ready. I'm ready to build my own Beyblades, man.
I want a custom build.
We should get Chris to do Beyblading as well. That'd be fun.
God.
I should do Chris.
He's like, what is this?
What is this shit piece of plastic?
Yeah,
that you brought
this
to
is so stupid.
Give me a gin tonic. Oh, well, you know what actually I'm annoyed about? And I wanna talk about it just because I couldn't believe the outrageous price of LA.
Oh my God, yeah.
So you know, I met up with Garnt for a beer at the hotel lobby. And, you know, I knew it's an expensive hotel. It's the Intercontinental. I knew the food wasn't going to be cheap. But I was like, I want a bite to eat. I don't want to leave the hotel. I'm fucking tired. I want a salad.
Yeah.
So I look at the menu, and it's $18 for the salad. Pretty fucking steep. I'm like, all right, you know, it's I'm in the hotel. I'm in a bougie hotel in LA.
Welcome to LA.
Yeah.
With a 20% tip. We're looking at, $24 here. You know. So I go, all right, sure. $24. That's terrible math. Sorry, 22. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, yeah. And he goes, hey, you want any protein? And I'm like, oh, what do you guys? He's like, chicken, shrimp, steak. I'm like, chicken, sure. So get it, and then hands me the bill, and I open up the thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? $49 for one salad. $49. 49. USD. Not Zimbabwe dollars, Joe. Fucking US dollars.
So that's like what?
7,000 yen.
7,000 yen. Is that including tip?
Yeah, the tip was compulsory. But then they'd handed it to you where like this tip thing was still like there and visible. So if you were like muscle memorying it, you probably would have added a tip.
I actually did that at the hotel. It pissed me off.
They have like a hidden stamp. Well, not hidden. It's on one of the receipts. Stamp says 18% gratuity has been added.
Yeah.
But there's still like the tip thing there. I'm like,
Yeah.
why? What the fuck is this?
Right.
No, they did something really sneaky to me. So so they would give two receipts, right?
Yeah.
One for the establishment and one for the customer. So on one of the receipts, they have this big red stamp that says gratuity has already been added on top of like the tipping bits. They gave me the receipt they gave me first was the one with an empty tip box. So I put in the tip. And by the way, this bill was also not fucking cheap at all for like the 4 beers that we got. and I'm like, I'm paying over $100 just for like a few beers here at this hotel. But
Jesus.
whatever. It's fucking LA, whatever.
Yeah.
I take the receipt off, and then I realize, now you tell me gratuity has already been added after I've already added the tip.
So it's you double tipped.
Yeah, so I double tip. So I tip 40%.
No.
Essentially.
That's fucking vile.
No, I probably tipped more. I probably tipped more than that because it was just like it was 20%, and then I tipped on top of the final bill, which had already been tipped.
Right.
So I was fucking fuming.
Yeah.
But also, I didn't have enough energy to be the fucking Karen guy to be like, come on.
Can you remove that?
Can you actually remove this tip that I've already added?
Because you know they're gonna try and fight back on that too. Yeah.
Like what? Like can I like with that fucking salad right where they added the 18? Can I like tell them to like remove that shit if I was a Karen? Like can I even do that? Like
I mean,
because they took my card and charged it. Like, I don't even have, like,
does that even count as a Karen? Because like that is pretty fucking.
I was just annoyed that they did it.
Yeah,
like,
that is insane.
But like. The worst part was that the salad was pretty fucking good. Like the chicken was fire.
I fucking hope so. You pay $50 for it.
But like I wanted it to be bad so I could be a full hater.
Right.
But I was like, the chicken was pretty fire though. So what ended up happening was the base salad is $18,
which is already insane.
to add any protein. So me adding one chicken breast added $20 to the bill, and then with tax plus the 20% tip, it was $49. I couldn't believe it, bro.
See, you should have just done what I did and just
believe it.
walk across the road and go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I just wanted like something healthy quick.
Yeah, see, I knew I was
And
like,
I thought $18 was a reasonable price for that.
see, no, like I took one look because I was thinking about it too. One of the days I was like, man, I need to eat, but I cannot be fucked to go out and try and find something to eat. So I was like, I'll see what the hotel's offering. I took 2 seconds look at the menu. And I was like, I'm going to Chick-fil-A. Fuck this.
I mean, Chick-fil-A's not that cheap either. I mean,
Yeah, but it's not
cheaper,
fucking $49.
Yeah, well, I didn't. Yeah, that's my bad. He didn't tell me that fucking adding a chicken breast was going to cost $20. he said it like it was going to be like a free add-on.
Yeah, like
Like
what?
he didn't say like
What? Like what the fuck? What kind of world do they live in where the add-on is more expensive than the base
yeah.
product? That's not an add-on.
Like,
That's an extra
I
meal.
know
That's
that,
how they
like,
get you.
Yeah, fucking. Either way, I was upset. I the whole weekend I was pissed off about it because I was like,
Well, yeah, I would be too. Yeah,
fucking dollars
That's
for
insane.
a salad. $49 for a salad. Couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I mean, LA is the place where you'd be like, yeah, I paid my mortgage for the salad, but it was a fire salad though. The salad was fire.
But hey, at least I'm healthy.
But hey, it was a fire salad. But you continued to stay in LA afterwards, right?
Yeah, I stayed in LA for another. When did the X finish? The 7th? Was it 7th?
8th.
8th, I think.
8th. So I stayed in LA for like another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just stayed at Lad's house. It was really nice. Just hung out with his dogs and cats and streamed a bunch.
Yeah.
Did a bunch of content. It was fun. Yeah, we had some really fucking busy days and some days that were not so busy.
Yeah, congratulations on your charity auction.
Yeah,
and
by
there was a lot
Hell
of
yeah.
prep for that. So it was kind of like juggling a lot of things. Like I was trying to make. So the reason I stayed so long was because it was the only time where off-brand could do it, like the event, in that time period, and I didn't want to go back and forth. But I could have. But you know, I got a whole lot done that trip. I streamed a bunch, did a bunch of videos, went on a bunch of other people's stuff. So I felt like it was kind of worthwhile.
Productive, yeah.
Yeah, and I felt like I got some really good stuff out of it too.
Yeah.
Me and Ludwig fucking did so much stuff. We ate every pizza, which was I basically ruined my body actually. What else?
Sounds
did I
like
do?
the American experience.
We had one day where we had.
Hey, at least you had a salad.
Yeah, I did have a $50
counteract.
salad. I did have a $50 salad.
It was worth.
I'm just trying to think what the fuck I got up to. I can't even think now what I did.
It was probably one of those periods where it was like you did so much stuff that it's
Yeah.
hard to remember. The
I did a lot of
individual
stuff.
things.
Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. There was a lot of it was prep for the auction.
Yeah.
A lot of it was chasing up creators. I went to their house to grab the items and stuff like that because this auction was. Well, I will talk about the auction in a little bit because if I get into it, we'll talk about it for a little while. But like one day, like 3 days before the auction, I had the longest day of my life. We'd wake up at like 7 a.m., which is not that bad, but that's not long. But it was like we woke up at 7 a.m., went to a warehouse to film a video with I Did a Thing where we got set on fire.
Okay.
With like a stunt team.
Oh,
Cool.
shit.
We got
Okay.
literally set on fire. It was fucking sick. Also horrible to get in the like fire resistant gear.
Yeah.
It was like a condom, like 3 layers of condoms soaked in like fireproof gel. It was freezing.
Okay.
Well, I think it's universally agreed on that fire is
bad.
pretty dangerous.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. So having the
no
fire
way.
stunt team was, they were cool. It was very interesting being set on fire. So that video will be out hopefully soon.
I mean,
he said it was
not
okay
many
to-
people, can say they've been set on
yeah,
fire
yeah.
and
That's-
live to tell the tale.
That's
you
why
know?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. That'll be out. I'm excited for that video to come out. Should be really
Did
fun.
you feel the flames at all?
Oh yeah. Not on my legs. So you'll see in the video, but only like my legs got set on fire.
Yeah.
But so I was just covered in this stuff, and my legs were like I couldn't feel a thing.
But
Yeah.
heat
But
rises.
my heat was, I could feel it on my face,
Yeah.
and I could feel it all over my body,
Yeah.
and it was interesting. It was
Right.
interesting. And the video, I think it'll be funny when you watch it.
Cool.
All right.
So we all did different things when we got set on fire.
Hell yeah.
It was really cool. And then right after that, we'd go to this arcade because I had booked out Devon, who we'd worked with on the Hawaii thing. Because I wanted to do another crane game thing. Not crane game, arcade stream, where we did like 2 arcade POVs. I did it last year. So paid for that crew. So it was like, did this one big shoot, immediately went to this crane game shoot that I paid a lot of money because I really wanted it to be like look amazing. And I nearly fucking beat Roderick. I had such a bad start at this arcade. Then I found one machine where I was printing tickets like non-stop. I kept hitting jackpot, and I was so close to beating Lod, but I fucked up so much early on. I wasted so much time. I was so annoyed about it.
Damn.
But that shoot was like 3 hours-ish. Immediately went back, had like a 5-minute nap, and then we did the stream where we got drunk. I don't know if you saw any of this stream.
Yeah, I saw it was unhinged.
So we did this stream where Lod had this idea, which I didn't know was going to be on my channel because Lod was talking about it, and I didn't realize Lod was just being a bro. He was trying to he was really being very helpful. He was trying to get me as much streams and content as possible so that he wants me to he wanted me to have a good time in LA and feel like it was really worth it.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize because he was planning it. He was like, we're going to do the stream where we get drunk. So the concept of the stream was we go to a bar, and we go to we go to 10 different bars, and we just ask them what was the last tab that was closed out. We'll drink it, 4 of us.
Jesus.
So it could be 1 beer, it could be like a party of 10,
Yeah.
40 beers. We would have to drink it.
Yeah.
And I thought, that sounds like a great use of my talents. This sounds like a great, like, perfect stream. And then I found out, like, on the day, I was like, oh, it's on your channel. I was like, oh, okay, shit, all right. Okay, so just did a stream, end the stream, go live an hour later. I'm like, all right, guys, let's get drunk. And it was one of my most unhinged streams. Because Love got absolutely wasted.
Yeah.
So it was going pretty good. It was like the first bar was a beer and 2 shots. I don't know who the fuck ordered that.
Someone who was depressed, clearly.
I was like, what a weird order.
Yeah.
Just 2 shots of Jameson and a Bud Light. It did feel like a struggle drink. It was
a struggle drink.
It was like a Wednesday night as well.
Okay.
So it was like
That's someone who hasn't had a good Monday.
Yeah.
And then the next bar we went to was just a pint of cider and an IPA. Great.
Easy.
Between 4 of us. Easy.
Right.
And it was me, Alex, I did a thing, Doug, and Ludwig. So I thought we had a pretty good squad.
Decent team. Yeah.
And then the third bar we went to was 3 mega margaritas that had 4 shots of tequila each in them. And that was rough.
Yeah,
that was
I bet.
really rough because the sugar.
Yeah.
The next bar was 12 margaritas that had 2 shots each in them, a shot of Hennessy, and 2 shots of tequila.
Oh my God.
And that's when it started going downhill.
Yeah.
Because this challenge suddenly became felt really impossible.
It was a try not to die challenge.
And Ludwig was like, I thought he was acting drunk before this, and then I think he was just actually like gone after this bar. And then we went to another bar where we had to do a small 200 or 150 milliliter bottle of tequila between us. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then we had just 1 beer, which is the savior. And then the next bar we had was 1 beer as well, which was great. So we were like, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do this.
How many bars was the challenge?
10 bars.
Okay.
And then I think we got very lucky. The last couple of bars, the second to last bar was like 2 old fashions, which was pretty tough to drink.
Yeah. Especially after all those shots of tequila.
Yeah. And then it was something else, and it kind of luckily as the night went on, the orders started getting a little bit more manageable, but it was tough. It was really tough. We ended up drinking 55 shots. Like we counted a beer as one shot.
Yeah.
But it was overall like 55 shots between the 4 of us. Yeah, we ended up doing 12 bars.
Oh my God.
Doug wanted to keep going. He was a menace. And I'd never felt so bad in my life.
Yeah, I bet.
I felt awful.
How was the hangover the next morning?
Not that bad.
Really?
Really?
I was okay. I think, I don't know.
I would be dying. If
I would
that
be
was me.
dying.
Yeah.
I did a baking stream the next day.
Oh my! You streamed the next day
Yeah,
after that.
we made cookies and baked and stuff. It was fun. It was a good stream.
If that was me, I'd be in bed
Lud
all
was
day.
Lud was dying and he was not having a good time. And he'd wake up at 8 a.m. to do a sponsor. He was so toasted the night before, and he did it.
Damn.
I was so shocked that he did it. I thought there was no chance in hell he was making
Twitch
it.
stream is built different.
Yeah.
He did it. And
Yeah.
he said it was the worst thing he'd ever done.
Yeah, I bet.
I think. Well, no, I think like his performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good time though. And then 3 days later, we did the charity auction.
Yeah. How was it this year compared to the previous year?
Really good. We had way less time to do it this year.
Yeah.
Because we had a mainline sponsor that was going to sponsor the whole show, and it's going to be great. It's going to be cool. They were going to cover all the costs. It's going to be good. And then they pulled out about a month and a half before. We're like, okay, this sucks because I can't really afford to lose 6 figures of money.
Yeah.
And more than just the bottom end of the 6 figures of money. I was like, I don't really want to lose that much money.
Yeah.
I really want to do the event, but we managed to get 2 sponsors, which helped cover some of it. Still losing a bunch. And then we had only about 3 weeks to put the whole thing together.
Yeah, because when you messaged us, it felt like a lot sooner.
Oh yeah, it was way sooner.
Than,
it was way sooner.
than the previous years.
Yeah,
you know,
it
the
was.
previous year.
And that was getting all the stuff was very last minute too.
Yeah.
Like getting everyone to get their stuff. It was like we had 50% of the stuff come in the last like 5 days. So it was like it was stressful having to get everyone to get their stuff. And some people were like bringing it on the day, and then a lot of people were like, "Hey, we're gonna show up," and then a lot of people just didn't show up. So
Tell me you're in LA without telling me you're in LA.
yeah. So the venue's quite small in the stream. You can see like I was really like I was really worried that if I invited too many people that people would have to stand around.
Right. Yeah.
So I didn't invite like just everyone ever. And then I kind of was like, oh, damn, a lot of people just didn't show up. So I should have just fucking invited a ton of people and just made them deal with it. I'm just going to do that next time. I'm just going to invite everyone. I felt bad. The show was like, a lot of the seats were empty. And I was like, man, I feel bad about this. Like, shouldn't be empty.
Yeah.
But the show was good. We raised more money than last year. We had more viewership than last year. And I felt pretty good about it. The items, I think, were better this year as well. We had some really cool stuff, some great moments. Still a lot of stuff that I think needs to be improved if I was to do it again.
I saw you had a big like thing happening with just fake bids beforehand.
Oh yeah, we had
yeah.
we did change because the Pokemon thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because like a bunch of the phase guys, the new phase generation, were like bidding on it like real, and then I guess their audience were like then just ran with it, and there was verification, but people were putting in like fake credit cards and stuff, like. Yeah, it was
Which
pretty
is
like
pretty fucking scummy to do
also
for
very
a charity
illegal.
auction.
Very illegal and weird to do for a charity auction.
Yeah.
So then they added like ID verification and that stopped it all.
Oh, that's good.
But the system was still quite slow. So I think, I do want to revamp it if I'm going to do it all again next year. I really want to rethink how it all does and definitely would change venue and stuff. So I think if I was to do it again next year, it would be very different from this year.
Okay.
It would probably look more different than, and hopefully we won't have any issues with sponsors this year, and I'll have more time, and it'll be good.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to do it again. I think it's a really fun event. I think I was just kind of a bit sad that I didn't have enough time to really improve on it much. Like the event did better, but I felt like I wish I had more time to improve on it and like really like nailed things down. But I learned a lot more from this one than I did the first one. I think
That's good.
so. I think if I was doing it again, I'll know how to improve. I'll know how to improve.
Awesome. Good shit, man.
But it was a fun event, and it did well, and I was really happy I did it, and really happy we got to raise a ton of money, and it was just really good vibes, like great vibes.
Yeah. Right on.
Congrats, man.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't make it this year.
Well, it was like a lot later. I think because last time I did it on like a Thursday or a Wednesday.
I mean, last year you did it just before AX, so that's why we.
But then I kind of realized I was like, wait, why am I doing it on a weekday? This makes like no sense.
Yeah,
and I was like, why am I accommodating AX? This doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
So I was like, fuck this. I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Maybe the weekend after next time or something like that. But it was really hard because I was trying to like be available to do stuff to prep for the show, but AX just took all my time. So that week of AX, I just did nothing for the show. So it was really hard to stay on it. So I think I'd like to do it before AX if I was going to do it again, like the weekend before or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, AX takes a lot of time, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Events are stressful, man.
Yeah.
They take a lot of money. Like I still like, even with everything said and done and everything, I still like lost a lot of money. And it sucks that you have to almost lose money to raise money for charity. And then obviously nowadays as well, like with what's been going on recently with like everyone online has been really scrutinizing raffles and giveaways because of certain drama. I've been getting like emails from people being like, hey, I'm just making sure this is legal. I just want to look into it. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I never touched the money at all. Like, I'm not even the one like what the fuck do you think I'm doing here? Like, and it's like, hey, I'm trying to do a good thing for charity here. Like, why do I feel that like I'm being put under more scrutiny? For trying to do something good with my platform. Obviously, I think that it is up to the creator to make sure whatever you are running is up to par. And obviously that's good that people are checking that. But then now it almost feels that like people are so quick to look for faults and failures in anything charity related that it almost feels that there is now the stigma of like, I feel like creators are just doing less charity work. Like there's way less charity stuff than I feel like 5 years ago.
I almost feel like you get less stigma for doing something for profit rather than
absolutely.
for charity. If it's for profit, you get less
everyone's
scrutiny.
just like, get the bag.
Everyone's like, all right. But if it's for charity, that's when like the huge like eyeballs are.
Do you think maybe it's because for a lot of these like big charity events, like say your charity event, right? Like, do you think it's because the pool of money that gets collected for that is so much greater than a lot of the for-profit stuff, you think maybe? Or maybe
I don't know. Some of the for-profit stuff is crazy though.
It is true, but I think it's also like, I don't know. Like, I obviously think it's very, very strange that we live in, a society today where you get scrutinized for doing charitable. Shut the fuck up. Where you get scrutinized for doing something that like a lot of like, is for charity, which should be like everyone should be on board with, and everyone should be like trying to support to the best of their ability, right? Even if it's not like monetary support.
There's just been a lot of bad actors in the space, I think, that have like really like sullied the name. And there's also been cases where like there's been quite a lot of cases where like either like the streamer didn't really look into what the charity was or what the breakdown of the money was and that kind of stuff. Like, you know, I did a fair amount of research. I work a lot with the charity itself, help them out a lot, like talk with them about how to help them on the social media side, that kind of stuff. You know, had people check in to make sure that everything also was above board.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of work that goes into like making sure where you are asking your viewers to give money to is like good.
Yeah.
So I understand immediately that barrier is also going to be way too much for a lot of people who are more like, I just wanted a free easy slam dunk. I didn't want to do this. So that's already a barrier. And then there's also been examples where like a year or two ago, there was an example of like a streamer group that worked with a charity. It turned out that for like every like $10 or something that was being donated to charity, the streamers would get like 3 of it.
Wow.
Okay.
And that was not like properly,
Yikes.
I think, disclosed. Or even if it was disclosed, people were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Why would I want to give money to you?
Yeah.
I'm
You're
trying
not
to
the
give money
charity.
to the charity. And then there's been other occasions where like the laws around charity stuff is also really weird. Like you could do a fundraiser where like only like 2% of the money goes to charity. It's really weird.
What?
Yeah, because
That's legal?
oh, absolutely. Well, I could be being hyperbolic here, but there's like you are allowed to like get a fundraiser and be like, okay, this amount is for the cost of the fundraiser.
Right.
So like I lost money on the show, right? I could have been like, hey, I'll just take 50 grand just to cover my losses or something.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I feel like that's wrong. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's disingenuous.
Yeah. No, 100%.
I'm not trying to like make me go even. I'm trying to raise as much money for charity as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
I mean, it's fortunate enough that you are in a position where you could just take the loss, you know. And
Yeah, absolutely.
it's charity work is hard for a lot of these reasons.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of reasons not to do it and not a lot of reasons to do it now. I
Yeah.
feel like the only reason before was that like you got to do something good.
Yeah.
And now it's like with all these strings attached, it's kind of like, okay, I might just not do this and play video games instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it does feel kind of like sucks. But you know, I don't mind losing money on it because you know, the cyclothon, you know, I'm live a lot. The Twitch ads cover a lot of that cost for me.
Yeah.
So the cyclothon, I make money, and then I don't mind losing money on something like this. Right?
Yeah.
'Cause, like that's the way I
I
see
hope,
it.
hope that stigma goes away soon because
I don't know.
I don't know if it will.
I don't think it will.
I think I understand where the worry comes from and where the scrutiny, why some of the scrutiny needs to be there.
It needs to be, you know,
Yeah.
because like if you say, hey guys, give money to this charity,
Yeah.
like, and then it turns out that like the charity uses only like 4% of the money every year.
That's like something sus is going on there.
Yeah, you know.
You know, at the same time, I think a lot of people have like overshot with how much negative attention some of these like charities get, and some of these people who you know are just trying to do a good thing. And I think benefit of the doubt is a currency that just doesn't exist on the internet anymore. Unfortunately,
That's gone.
Yeah,
It's gone.
Yeah, it's always like if you're trying to do something good, people will just automatically assume the worst a lot of the times. And that just discourages even more people from trying to do something
they think
good.
there's some kind of like agenda behind doing that act, right? That benefits them in some way of some kind, right?
Yeah. And it's weird that you know when it's the most unbelievable thing you can see on the internet is someone trying to do something good. That is what gets like the most scrutiny. Where a lot of people on the internet just go to assume that there must be another.
Like, they're
agenda.
not that. It's like there's no way they can be this good of a person.
Yeah.
Something must be up, and it's like no, maybe some people are just good.
Yeah.
You know, and they want to do good. And,
Yeah.
But
It's unfortunate.
It's
Yeah.
It sucks.
But I mean, congrats on your charity.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
It was a lot of
couldn't
fun.
make
It
it.
was a lot of fun.
we know, and a lot of your audience knows you're doing it for the good.
You're a real
and
one.
You're a real G.
You know,
You're
try
a
my
real
best,
one.
Try my best.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't make it unfortunately because I
don't worry
was
about it, don't worry about it.
in Wisconsin.
Oh, you got stuck, didn't you?
I got stuck. So I'll get to that later. But obviously went to visit Sydney's family.
Yeah.
But also this time I brought my parents over to have like a proper holiday in the Midwest. Because before they were kind of just here for like the kind of like the wedding ceremony, and so they didn't really get to see too much of America. They spent most of their time staying with my family in Seattle, actually. And I'm like, no, I got to show you the true America. 'Cause for me, hot take, I think being on tour and being all around America, the Midwest and Southern America is the closest to like what my image of America is when I was growing up. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like you know,
Suburban America.
Yeah. Like growing up, seeing all these like American films about like American high schools and a lot of American culture. I was like, okay, this is what
the slice of life America.
This is the slice of life America that I imagined. You know,
totally.
So I wanted them to experience that, and they actually had a fucking amazing time. The one biggest thing I didn't expect was I get bored of American food, specifically Midwestern American food, very fast.
What do you mean?
Right?
You don't like cheese and burgers and wings?
It's cheese and burgers.
Actually, I can never get tired of wings.
All right, wings.
I can never get tired
actual
of
wings. Not none of this fucking boneless shit.
Both. I like both.
Even though Ohio passed a law that you can have bones in your boneless wings. Did you see that?
Did you
see that? Of course, Ohio.
And I was like, of course, that's the one societal
course.
issue we have to tackle immediately.
Yeah, so I thought my parents would get bored of the food as quickly as I did because it's very heavy. My mom found a new favorite food.
Okay.
Which I didn't expect. So my mom, traditional Thai woman, eats Thai food a lot of the times, most every day. And she had this fucking awakening the first time she had cheese curds.
Deep fried cheese.
Deep fried cheese.
Wow.
And so every single day, whenever we'd go to like a bar or a restaurant, whenever she saw cheese curds, which cheese curds are never like the main meal, they're always the appetizer.
Yeah.
But in the Midwest, appetizer means
Full meal.
A
Oh
full
my God,
fucking
yeah.
meal
Oh, yeah.
that would be shared between everyone. Every time we go to a bar, she'd see cheese curds and she'd be like, son, do you want to help me finish this? I'm like, Mom.
Well, you could only really eat like 3 cheese curds for your stomach is like pure like lactose.
I know.
It's just like, please, mother, my veins are so clogged from eating cheese curds every day.
I'm like, Mother, do you want me to see past the age of 40, Mother? Please, Mother.
Wait, is your presuming your mom is like Thai? Is she not like lactose intolerant?
I would have assumed so, but yeah, she
I
ate
guess
that
not.
shit up like
Oh
every
my
restaurant
Lord.
we went to, like
God
just
damn.
fried cheese every day.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Cheese I can understand, but fried cheese
Fried
every day?
fried
cheese.
cheese. A full
Holy
plate of just
fuck.
fried cheese.
That's a lot.
That
every
is a
single
lot.
day. But we had a day in Chicago as well, and they really fucking
I like
enjoyed
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's dope.
Chicago was really dope. I saw a side of my dad that I'd never seen before. My dad's normally like very reserved kind of guy, just just happy to exist.
What do you mean? He wears the like hentai t-shirts.
yeah. He wears the Opie t-shirt.
Your dad lives off the vibes.
Yeah. He's just vibing
Yeah,
a
he
lot of
does
the
vibe,
time.
he does vibe there.
But he's also like a big history buff as well. And I've never. So we actually just did like a normal touristy thing. We just had this moment where we went on the architecture tour, where you basically it's you go on the boat on like the river, and they just basically have a tour, talk about the architecture and talk about the entire history of Chicago. And I've never seen my dad so giddy like he was a kid. Like he was like nerding
That's
out.
sweet.
He was like, oh, that's the place where the Chicago fire started, and they're like all this and
wow.
like all the things
wow.
that he'd read about. And there was this fucking adorable moment, right? There was this adorable moment that I've never seen my dad do before, where Sydney could see how excited he was, and he was like, normally my dad doesn't care about photos, so Sydney was like, "Oh, Dad, do you want me to take a photo of you?" And he's like, no, I don't want a photo. I don't want a photo.
He wants a photo.
But if you're insisting, if you're insisting, I guess I'll do a photo. Do a photo. Ends up taking about 50 fucking photos.
No, get the right angle.
Yeah. He's like,
take it again.
I don't want a photo, but are you getting that building? Are you getting
Make
that
sure
building?
it's 0.5 zoom, 0.5 zoom, get the whole background.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Meanwhile, my dad's out there geeking out, and then my mum, the one time my mum
Snacking on cheese curds.
my mum, other than snacking on cheese curds, the one time she freaks the fuck out. We're walking, and I just hear, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "What, Mum? What? It's 7-Eleven!" So here's my dad being like, oh, it's all this architecture, it's all this building. My mom freaks out seeing 7-Eleven, thinking that 7-Eleven was only in Asia. And I'm like, here, like, Mom, you know 7-Eleven came from America, right?
Your mom is so adorably Southeast Asian.
She's like, the one picture my
that's
mom
the one thing I didn't expect. I thought it might have been Nando's or something.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect 7-Eleven.
I think the one picture my mom took was of 7-Eleven, where
Oh
we're
my God.
middle of Chicago, right dead in the center. We're like blocking people walking, and I'm sure people are like looking, why the fuck is that woman taking a picture of 7-Eleven? I'm like, Mom, all right, can we make this quick? And he's like, Mom's like, yeah, you know, it's 7-Eleven.
Like, I found it.
I found the promised
Won't be
place.
any more of those.
Yeah.
More of those.
Yeah. I did have. I had this. I also had this moment in Chicago that is probably gonna live with me for the rest of my life.
A good way or a bad way?
It's one of those moments where I'm gonna wake up at 3 a.m.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm gonna-
shit.
and my brain's gonna remind me of this. So everyone was getting ready, and we were about to go out for dinner. And so we were in the hotel, and I decided, just, you know, it's a holiday. I'll just chill out at the bar and maybe have a pint to myself, whatever. So I'm just at the bar, enjoying my pint, take a few sips, and then a guy comes to sit next to me, right? And keep in mind, this is just after AX, right? So in my mind, there's been moments before where I don't know if the guy recognizes me or if he just wants to talk to me or something. But he looks me in the eye, I couldn't tell if it was a sight of, oh, I know you, or I know you're a YouTuber, or if it's just someone who just has like this friendly look on them. Sure. It's whatever, right? So they sit down next to me. They don't say anything. So I was like, okay, it must have been just a friendly look. So I'm just here enjoying my pint, and it's a sports bar. So there's a game of baseball going on. And so he starts talking to me. He's like, damn, I don't really watch baseball. And I'm like, okay, that's a weird way to start a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, I'm from out of town, so I don't really watch baseball myself. And he's like, damn, Daryl, that's how you know he's a baseballer. If you have a name like Daryl, of course you need to baseball. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, do you?
Sure.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, I don't really watch baseball myself.
I don't know any Daryls personally.
Yeah,
but
I don't even know any
Daryl guy.
Yeah, I don't even know any Daryls personally. I'm from out of town. And he's like, yeah, I'm out of town. It's, you know, we have this whole team that's with us. We have some people from Texas, some people from Minneapolis, and some people from LA. And I'm like, oh shit, where are you from? Because I'm from England. And he's like, yeah, I'm only staying here for like a few days. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in town for a few days as well. Whereabouts are you from? And then he looks at me, and then he goes, oh, sorry, I was on a call. Sorry, what did you say?
oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry you went through that.
I was just like,
You went through like 3 dialogue options.
I know. He said that, and my heart just sank. And what made it worse was because right afterwards, he was like, oh, I'll just put this piece down in case you want to talk to me. And then he immediately goes, and then the next thing I hear is like, no, I have friends. Come on, you know I have friends. Everyone likes me. I'm looking at my pint. My pint is 3/4 of the way full, and I'm like,
I just leave it. I'm getting out of here.
And I'm like, how quickly can I down this pint right now? How quickly can I just fucking die? I'm texting Sydney. I'm looking at my phone.
Oh, that's so cringe.
I'm like, Mom, Dad, how much longer are you guys being? How much longer am I waiting here? And so I have to sit there finishing this, I basically just fucking downed the pint.
Yeah, I would down.
Yeah.
I would down the pint and then blow my brains out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's so painful.
Oh my god.
And
You didn't see the earpiece?
I saw the earpiece, but
it sounded like he was talking to you.
the
There's
dialogue options, like, I don't know. I don't know.
There was you were like, there's no way he's not talking to you.
Because I've been in America enough times, right? If I was in England, 100%, I would just assume a guy's on the call.
Yeah.
In America, I've had it so many times before. You're sitting at a bar and someone just starts a conversation with the most random way.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn, I don't normally watch baseball, but I'm doing it today. That just sounds like, an opening for like
It does sound like an opening. I'm so sorry, Jan.
That's any person's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Pretty cringe.
Yeah.
That is cringe.
Go on.
I'm just saying, I'll live with that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I played basketball for the first time.
For the first time?
Wait, what do you mean first time? You never played basketball before?
No, I'm British, bro.
I'm British.
I'm Australian. We don't play basketball.
Oh, bro, I didn't play in Wales.
You didn't have a basketball court in your school?
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, we had badminton and squash.
Oh, we didn't have that.
Well, badminton is just a net and 2 poles.
Yeah, well, basketball is just a net and a ball.
Well, you gotta like set up like a whole like hoop and something. Like the badminton, you can just have these like little metal poles that pop up.
Yeah, I guess so. Just no one plays badminton in my
It's
school.
fucking sick though.
No, it is fun. I'm just saying no one in my school played it. Anyway.
Okay, well, I'm a loser. Okay.
So you played basketball for the first time. How was it?
Yeah, so I went to like a court with Ludwig, and he was teaching me how to play.
Yeah.
I'm okay at like 2-pointers. Those are pretty consistent. When I was just practicing, and he was telling me the rules, and I didn't really know. And then these 2 beefy dudes walk over to us with like I think they had like one of them had a really thick accent, but like they look like goons from like a movie. Like the imagine what you think like a Russian goon man would look like. Not to be mean to them. Like they look jacked.
Yeah.
And they came over, massive dudes. Must have been like 50 pounds, 20 kilograms heavier than me.
Yeah.
And they came over, they're like, you guys want to do a 2v2? And I'm like, Lud, I'm learning here. Lud's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, it's easy, just block.
Yeah.
I was really terrified because these guys had like mad scary aura.
Yeah.
They were intense. I was like, dude, I'm like fucking white boy British guy here just trying to learn how to fucking dribble. I mean, is it dribbling like this? Is that how I do it? I didn't even know you couldn't like move after you like stop.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. So I was breaking all the rules. I was like dribbling, stopping, dribbling.
You were just traveling?
You were just, bro was just traveling and double dribbling.
I thought when I got the ball, I could dribble and then like walk like 2 or 3 steps or something. Is that true?
No, you have to pivot on one foot.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And
so I was breaking all the rules.
So you're allowed to take 2 steps if you're doing like a layup or something like that.
Okay.
Before you need to start dribbling.
So I would just panic, and every time I got the ball, I would just throw it. I would just throw it. I would just go for a shot because I was like, I don't.
Bro, play netball. Bro, you're playing netball, man.
Yeah, that's netball.
Yeah.
And then like I was trying to block this dude, but like I do a lot of exercise, but I haven't sprinted in a hot minute.
Oh, basketball's fucking
So I was
intensive,
sprinting for like 10 minutes in this 2v2, and I was like, "What school are we going to?" They were like, 11. I was like, 11. And it was like neck and neck. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Can we not just like lose one-sided so I could be done? I'm sprinting. I can't keep up with this guy. Yeah. And he's big and he's like pushing me around. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
But they were very sweet. They were very willing to forgive me for my transgressions.
Sure.
So I told them I'd never played.
Yeah.
So I broke all the rules and they just let me.
Yeah,
they were like, he's not hitting the shots anyways. It doesn't matter. But I try to learn. It's hard. Basketball's hard, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was knackered.
I was on the basketball team in high school.
What, another Garnt law jump? What the fuck?
I mean, I was as well.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I played basketball in high school.
I did not.
I feel like if you were over just a certain height, you automatically
we did not have a basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, your school...
I mean, yeah.
We had a badminton team. No, we didn't have a badminton team.
You had a badminton court.
I played for the local team.
Right.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
And then the local squash team. And I played for...
I mean, I started playing basketball. I've said this on Trash Test. I started playing basketball after I read Slam Dunk.
Yeah.
Of course you did, Joe.
I think I would like basketball if I played more.
Yeah.
I do want to play more, but...
Basketball's fun.
It's
I
very
enjoy
fun.
basketball.
Yeah. But him and all his friends do like these like weekly get-togethers with everyone. They all just go and play basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah, we should.
Did you get better at it by the end of it?
I'm starting from zero, so presumably I had to
Did you make a shot?
In that 2v2, I don't think I scored any. But I did when I was practicing. I hit a lot of 2s.
Well, yeah, when there isn't the pressure of another
Yeah,
player,
yeah.
there,
So-
it's a little bit easier.
So what was like, how far did you shoot out from when you were practicing?
The 2 line.
The 2 line?
2 line.
And then like I tried the 3 and I hit like maybe 1 out of 4. It was
Three,
hard.
yeah, 3 is a lot
is-
harder than
3
it
is
looks.
hard.
I thought like the distance, I was like, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
And then I tried it. I was like, holy shit, yeah, this is fucking hard. The 2 felt so easy.
Yeah.
The 2 I felt like I was getting pretty consistent at.
Yeah.
But the 3 I just couldn't get.
Yeah.
Could you do any layups or slam dunks?
Dude, I'm not tall enough for a slam dunk.
I
bro.
could never reach the net.
Bro, I could touch the net. I
Yeah.
could touch the net when I
could touch the
jumped,
net.
but I couldn't touch the hoop.
It's insane, right? Because like when you watch like a basketball game or like
They
a
make it look
basketball
so easy.
anime
Yeah,
or something, it makes it look so easy. They're like, oh, it's just like
Well,
right
yeah,
there.
if I had an
Yeah.
extra human being of length, I'm sure I could do it. You know what I mean? Like, but I was working with what God gave me here. You know, I didn't have a whole lot,
Exactly.
and you know, running's hard. I'm bad at running. Running is really tough.
Oh yeah. Nah,
But,
for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It's hard.
Running is tough, man. I got a dump truck too, so I feel like my legs hurt. Like when I run, it just feels like a lot.
At least you did exercise while you were
Yeah.
there, though. Like when I was in Australia for the wedding, bro,
Yeah, I did some
I
exercise.
drank copious amounts.
Yeah,
like,
I saw
was-
every story you had. It was a beer.
Oh yeah, no, but dude, the beer was the best part. We fucking bought goon bags, and
Oh,
we were like
God.
fucking sipping from goon bags in the Airbnb.
Oh, my God.
my friend Luke, who's from Northern Ireland, it was first time in Australia, right? So I
Yeah.
was like, I said to my friend who was getting married, he was like, we need to give him the Aussie experience.
Oh, God.
So,
Oh, God.
so we were staying at this Airbnb before, like it was just right across the road from the wedding venue. And we were like, all right, we got to give him like an Aussie
him a goon
Aussie
bag?
boy dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
We bought. You guys remember the shapes,
Yes.
the
Yes, of course.
things, but it was the Vegemite and cheese flavored shapes,
They're good.
right? Which is like the most Aussie you can get,
Yeah.
and a single goon bag, and that was boy dinner. And so we made him.
Nobody gets fed at Joey's function.
No. Well, it wasn't my function. It was my friend's function. He was like, no, this is what we're eating today.
This is the pre-dinner.
Yeah,
Sounds
this is
like
the
you
pre-dinner.
didn't try to stop this. Or
Yeah.
Oh
dissuade
no!
this.
We had to initiate our boy into the culture, so we were like, eat some shapes and then fucking get on your knees and we'll pour the goon bag into your mouth. And he
my
did it,
God.
and he loved it. And I was like, you were born
Happy
for
for
this.
him, happy
Yeah,
for him.
you're born for this country, bro.
Oh, it's Northern Ireland, man.
Oh yeah, nah, he was already used to that drinking, but yeah, there was this one thing that we did at this wedding, which was the most Australian thing ever, and I think Kai might know about it. We did this thing called a meat raffle. Do you guys do this at all?
No.
Do you know about this? So apparently it's a very Aussie thing. I'd never seen it before, but it's basically this event where. So the day before the wedding, we went to this butcher and we bought essentially this giant tray of meat. It's like maybe about that big and has like sausages and steaks and
How much we talking,
different
like,
cuts.
price
Like we're
wise?
talking like $150 worth of meat, right? Like it's it's like enough to
Okay.
probably feed a family for a week.
Okay.
All right. So they had this thing, and I was like, "Oh, is this what we're going to be eating at the wedding?" And he was like, "No, we're doing this for the meat raffle." I was like, "What the fuck is a meat raffle?" Essentially, what it is like a raffle. During the wedding ceremony or after the wedding ceremony, after the dinner, they pull out the attendees' names out of a hat, and if you get your name called, you basically just win a meat of tray, like a tray
What's
of
the
meat.
point of this?
Just as like a fun little
Why is
celebration
that fun? Now
game
I have
thing.
$150 worth of meat on my hands.
Yeah. So, well, I think like some uncle won it, and I've never seen a man in his 50s or 60s that happy in my
cried
life.
at the
He
wedding.
stood up and he was like, "Yeah, let's go!" And he's just fucking.
I have a feeling it would have come into his possession one way or another.
yeah, well, I was really worried because I was like, "Are our names in that?" And he was like, "Yeah, we got your name in." I'm like, "What the? I'm leaving in 2 days. What the fuck am I gonna do with $150 worth of
You just
meat?
have to throw it away.
I just have to give it to someone."
Have a proper meal.
Yeah, have a proper meal. Yeah.
Why-
I was like, I've been eating
That doesn't
shapes and
sound-
drinking
that sounds
goon.
like a
Yeah.
weird tradition, if that's real.
I had never seen it before, and apparently it's like an
Weird.
Aussie wedding
What
thing
the
to
fuck?
do. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was just like, okay,
Bizarre.
yeah, really bizarre. I didn't even know it was a traditional thing, but yeah, this middle-aged man won a fuckload of meat, and if you want to see a man mega excited, just give him that.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I'll go and ask him about
Yeah,
the meat
Yeah.
raffles.
just try it.
Yeah.
Was it fun overall? You had a good time?
Yeah, it was
So we
good.
traveled for like a
Yeah,
month, basically.
We did.
Yeah, we did. We
That's
did.
why this is our first time coming back.
Yeah, but
was
July
our
was full of
travel months,
travels
yeah.
and fun and exciting adventures. But now we're back in Japan. We're
Japan.
Yep.
dying from the Japanese summer, and we will try and survive another month, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, look at all these patrons, though.
Look at all that. Look at all
Look
those.
at
Hope you
all
guys
these
have been
patrons.
having
Yeah.
a good summer if you're in Northern Hemisphere, or winter if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. But yeah, if you guys would like to support the show, then you can head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. By the way, we have a brand new Patreon exclusive video for you guys that you can go and watch right
Wowza.
after this one. We don't play the clip. I feel like I've done nothing.
You got 5 assists.
You helping, bro. You helping.
Yo, there we go.
Hey, I got a kill! I got a kill! I did it, Dad!
Let's go.
Let's go! Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Q on them. Just be like, nope.
Yeah.
But hey, if you want to check that video out, as well as a bunch of other weekly Patreon exclusive content, you guys have been enjoying it a lot, so thank you very much. You can head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And we will see you guys all next week.
Bye.
Bye.